Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 222nd episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. My name is Benedict. You may know me better as BHL Hudson. Here we talk about movies, TV shows, a bunch of nonsense. With me, as always, is my friend, co-host, and slightly more HD buddy,
Ooh.
Frederick.
Yes, sir. We've leveled up a little bit of a camera. You've brought the big guns.
We've broken the bank for this one. We're trying out.
Now this is podcasting.
A slightly more professional setup. I hope we aren't setting the expectations too high that like every 5 episodes we'll level up. Like in 20 episodes we'll have like a live studio audience.
$1 million audience.
But we're trying out with the new camera, so if there are any issues, it's Freddy's fault.
So we're trying to level this up, so if there's any issues...
so if it looks terrible, that's really unfortunate. But
it looks very nice. I'm enjoying this little... I'm feeling more and more profesh.
I agree.
We're really stepping it up.
Yes.
So appreciate
in certain areas. In aesthetics, but not so much content.
Exactly. Content, it kind of goes like this. Yeah.
But on the content, though, today we're doing an up-to-date pod.
God, it's been a while.
It has been a while. For those who don't know, the way we do this now, at least this month, it'll probably change.
Exactly.
Change every
when
fucking
we get
week.
the Super HD slow-mo camera next month, it'll be different.
But we do basically pre-recorded pods, different topics, and then once a month we go over the biggest news of the month, the movies of the month, do some announcements and such, up-to-date Cnews.
God,
it's gonna be incredible.
Up-to-date Cnews got me frothing at the mouth.
And it's an interesting Cnews as well. It could lead to some societal debates, maybe.
Oh my God, some societal breakdowns.
Yeah, we could ruin Copenhagen with it. But we're talking... I mean, by biggest news, I also mean mostly just news that we would care about.
Okay.
Some of this is fucking stupid, but...
Yeah, I did see some of the things that are on there. I'm very excited.
The Jason Statham Stole My Bike movie. Real headline.
Real headline that we are going to be talking about.
But we will be talking about the first look at the Beatles, Travis Scott in the Odyssey.
Definitely.
Oscar noms.
Very, very off-putting. But we'll get into
all of it. And then in terms of movies, we're talking mostly new releases. We're talking The Housemaid, The Rip.
We are talking The Rip,
We're going to be ripping hard.
Ripping some ass.
Marty Supreme.
Uh-huh.
And Wuthering Heights, among other things.
God.
It's going to be a great episode.
Great episode coming.
Timecodes down below. Subscribe and check out iTunes.
And by the way, BHL2 needs
Spotify. I was like, wait, should we do the plugs at the start as well? Get them early?
Every 10 minutes, do a BHL2 plug?
Put the little thing above our heads that says...
Floating around.
But before we get into it all, a Marty Supreme related anecdote we have.
It'll tie into the Marty Supreme talks later on, but it truly... Dare I say, horrific thing happened yesterday.
Really horrific. Kind of beautiful, but also, I want to say, very uncanny.
Definitely took us both by surprise.
But, I went to see Marty Supreme yesterday.
Yes. I didn't know you did.
You did not know until it was too late. And it's so funny, because I actually texted you, 20 minutes before the movie, because I was on a date to Marty Supreme, and I texted you just to... No point to it. Just want to let my bro know.
Just a little update.
Oh man, I'm going to see Marty Supreme with unnamed woman.
Yeah, woman unnamed. Definitely not just the popcorn bucket, which is how I found you.
Yeah, that's true. Balls deep in the popcorn bucket. Obviously, my
the
best
Marty
friend.
Mouser special.
The Marty Subpoenas popcorn bucket. Anyway. Yes. But
you send this text saying seeing Marty Supreme, got a little date going, very nice thing. And I didn't read this.
Yeah.
But what I did find out was that you were present because I too happened to be going to see this exact same movie
in the same cinema, same showing.
Yeah. Also with a date, aka it was my mother I was watching it with.
No, but it was so because I was standing there. My date went to the bathroom before the movie, and I was standing there with my popcorn bucket.
Yes.
Well, in the state
and then standing with it. Oh, he was doing more than standing.
And I just, for context, we as a nickname we call each other Smuck.
Yeah.
Don't ask.
There's many layers to that.
You don't want to know, but
we are both Smuck to one another.
We're both Smuck, and I'm just standing there, and I'm just chilling, waiting for the movie, and I just hear Smuck. And I have to say, when you're not ready to be encountered,
where you're not ready to be smucked.
Yeah, with someone, if you're in a one social setting and another social setting comes up, it's very off-putting for me. And because I was like, well, there's no way that's for me. And Buzz like, then it was like,
wait a minute.
Who else
Who
would
else
be
could
Smuck?
smuck before?
And I look up and
So I
it's
put my penis out of the popcorn bucket.
onto the table, presented.
Yeah.
But I look up and I just see this motherfucker standing right in front of me. I was like, how?
Wait a
the hell?
goddamn minute. And then I surmised. I mean, and you also told me like, I'm on a date. I was like, oh god,
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
yeah. I was really like,
kill my game.
Should I leave? What's going on?
Should I join?
Can I hop on this? Is that what we're doing here? Is this
Isn't it-
finally happening? And then we ended up sitting quite. I mean, I got into the cinema room. We sat quite far away from each other. But when we got into the room, I did kind of like frantically look around, looking for you, and I see you in the top corner. I was like, okay.
When I got in there, I was like, I wasn't trying to, ignore my date or anything, but I was like,
But I had different priorities now.
suddenly I was like, I have to know where my boy is sitting. Also, there was a moment where I was like, oh, I'm here with my date. She's in the bathroom. You're like, oh yeah, I'm here with my mom. She's also in the bathroom. And then there was a moment where I was like, wait a minute.
Are you dating my mother?
Is Kirsten doing a take two boys to the prom type moment here? Also, sorry to dox your mom's name.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
my
I'm sure people know.
bad. She's renowned around Copenhagen. That sounded more... yeah, that sounded worse than I was intending. My bad. Anyway.
The Copenhagen Cougar. Let's move on.
But, yeah, Marty Supreme will talk about it.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, should we just get into some news items?
Some news. It's been a while since we did some
Been a
news.
while. We got to catch up on some news.
Absolutely get some news.
And so these are going to be slightly out of date, but we're going to attack them more from an opinion angle. So, for example, like, it's been a minute
Travis Scott, get out of there.
Fuck off. It's been a while since the Super Bowl.
Yes.
But I thought we could just get some thoughts on two aspects of it. One, the Cliff Booth trailer.
The Cliff Booth trailer.
And
Yes.
also the Bad Bunny halftime show, which, again, very much
Very-
irrelevant right now. But
very
I
non-dated.
want your hot takes.
Yeah, exactly.
Why you preferred the Turning Point halftime show.
Exactly why I wanted to catch my fish,
Fuck my truck.
eat my dog.
I have to say, I've been getting a lot of like YouTube poop style edits of that halftime show, and it's been very delightful. But yeah,
There's some terrible things.
I want to cook my dog.
Yeah, drink my truck.
But the Cliff Booth trailer.
Cliff Booth trailer.
How are we feeling?
Honestly, it's one of those things that I know, I knew it was coming, but seeing it, I was like, this is so like weirdly unexpected. It's not something I would ever have assumed would be happening in the future. And now that I see it, I was like, you know what? This looks like a fun time. This looks like
pretty good.
I'm very excited. Brad looks nutty as always. I thought he was a fantastic character. I don't know how he's good, like the whole Cliff Booth, because I thought he was one of the best like side characters or like he was best side character in the movie. But I don't know how a whole movie just centered around him will be. But I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I guess that plays into my overall thing of like, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is such a like Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
It's such a patchwork of like different stories coming together, whatever, and doing what seems, although we don't know for sure, to be like a more traditional story focused on like Cliff Booth doing an adventure or whatever. Not entirely sure. Plus, it's David Fincher. I don't know.
Mixed feelings.
Well, I'm not sure how that'll work with a Tarantino script because they are different.
Well, so is Tarantino at all involved? Is he a producer?
Yeah, Tarantino wrote it.
He
So it's
wrote
a
the
Tarantino script.
he wrote the whole thing.
Yeah,
And,
but then it's Fincher directing.
It is.
How do you feel about like? I was gonna say 7 Fight Club Fincher, but that's 90s Fincher. Bro's been washed since. Bro is not
that's Fincher
90s
in his
Fincher.
prime.
Yeah, Bro is doing. We have Mank Fincher at the moment. I assume you didn't see Mank. I didn't either.
What is Mank?
It's fucking some movie he made.
It's some garbo shit.
Boring fucking movie. And he
It's
made
some turbo poopy. I don't know.
Turbo Poopy, the Mank story. He also made The Killer with Fassbender a couple years ago, which was also mid as fuck.
Okay, so
I don't know. Fincher washed question mark.
Question. But it's also Tarantino has such a, as you said, distinct style. I know he's written the whole thing, but maybe it's going to be a little bit of like a take you out of the movie, seeing Cliff Booth, famed Tarantino character, suddenly held by the balls by someone else.
By
Mank
Master.
The Mank Master.
Yeah.
Clearly some racist lord.
Yeah, so I don't know. That's I'm still very excited for it.
Me too.
And the trailer didn't give too much away. Looks like kind of an intriguing vibe.
Yeah,
I'm down for it.
I'm very much there for it. And I love the Cliff Booth character, so seeing more of that, I'm down.
One of Brad's nuttier performances.
I would
think
agree.
Should be said.
And he's a nutty guy in general.
And speaking of intriguing and nutty, I guess, the Bad Bunny halftime show.
very nice. Again, kind of outdated at this point, but this is the monthly news. Come on.
This is the monthly news. I mean, yeah, we don't have like an in-depth segment. Just kidding. 2 hours of Bad Bunny review.
This is all a Bad Bunny
frame.
review. Yeah, exactly.
Every twerk analyzed.
What's the jiggle like on this one?
Every dick twerk from Bad Bunny.
Every dick twerk from Bad Bunny. That was the Super Bowl halftime show's title.
Yeah, Apple Music presents the Bad Bunny twerk.
The twick.
No, it was great. It was very like uplifting and life affirming and like kind of just made you happy. Like at a time when
really
there's
did make
a
you
lot
happy.
of unhappiness.
And speaking of like exactly those words, like life affirming, that's exactly like because again, I don't watch the Super Bowl. I watch the halftime show for that. My mom's the exact same. She watched the halftime show. She's like, oh my god, that Bad Bunny guy. He's
that twerk he was working.
He's got that twerk on him. It's like, Kirsten, please, we're going to see Marty Supreme now. And then, but she also said the exact same thing. Like, it's very just like positive, life-affirming music and vibes. And I fully agree. And like, especially like, obviously, it was a bit of a message that was being sent. And I think it did very well for itself. I think it was very good. I really like his songs as well. I like his general vibe. He seems like a very good guy. So it all kind of came together very nicely, I think.
Yeah, I think honestly, I had a slightly different where like because I forced myself to listen to some Bad Bunny beforehand.
Sat down, God, and then I turned on the other halftime show that was on.
Yeah, and I was like, this is not. I'm gonna kiss my fish. I'm not on board with this at all.
I don't know why I'm driving my beer right now.
But I think I was kind of like, okay, this is I don't know if this is my kind of music.
Kiss my fish.
But then I honestly think the show was like, you know, you're supposed to experience this music like not sitting at your desk like analyzing the Bad Bunny music, but like the party festive atmosphere, and yeah, the sort of real world. Like I think you can go overboard with like how, you know, like it's not going to change the world or anything, but I think especially in like a historical context, you will look back. I'm not, again, this is too grand of a thing of like the fuck was his name, Jesse Owens, the 1936 Olympics, but like I think you'll look back on this being like in that time period where, you know, they were fucking like kidnapping Hispanic people off the fucking street.
Exactly.
Like the biggest show of the year.
Exactly. A light in the darkness.
Yeah, was this thing. It'll be in the documentaries.
Exactly, for sure. And it was also just one of those like, the show in general had a very like life-affirming vibe to it. But when you break down a little bit more, like there's some very wholesome moments throughout. Like the wedding, that was apparently like a real wedding. Him giving the Grammy to the boy and everything. I was like,
And it just and also beyond, like I was just the fact that it was like the most mainstream show was doing this, like it was positive and also just really fucking impressive from like technical perspective.
Exactly.
All the shit they were doing, the setup. Like I always think it's like crazy that they just wheel the shit out in the middle of a football game. And,
I know,
like,
it's the fact that it's like was like a 15-20 minute operation. It's crazy. And also again, I know we've touched on it, but like the twerk.
And I can just say like the outline was like really, really great.
My God, he was bulging. It's crazy.
And also Pedro sneaking around in the background.
Exactly.
I was like, wait a minute.
The least life-affirming thing I've ever heard.
Is that
Pedro
my boy,
sneaking.
Pedro?
Is that Pedro out there?
Is he twerking in the background?
I feel like Pedro is in a constant state of twerk.
That's very possible. But yeah, anyway, the Super Bowl, none of the other trailers were that interesting, and most of the commercials were depressing.
Yeah, were you generally disappointed with the Super Bowl trailers we got?
Yeah, guys, it's a different. I think I mentioned this in my BHL2 Subscribe Please video.
Please, the little halo of the subscribe.
Just like the whole thing's taken up by an annotation, though.
You don't see me at all throughout this podcast.
The BHL2 logo. But I don't know. I feel like things used to be more of an event. I don't know if the internet has changed this, but like Super Bowl, Comic-Con, it was like reveals and trailers and shit. And now it's just like, oh yeah, it's the Mario TV spot or whatever. Like, who gives a fuck? Minions and
Luigi.
monsters. But yeah. But speaking of trailers, though, and we don't have to talk too much about this because I don't think you're familiar with the show, really. But I do want to quickly mention the Euphoria trailer.
Yes,
for season 3.
I did watch, and yeah, I've not watched Euphoria, but this looks not at all what I thought Euphoria was.
It is a very I think like vibe it's sort of similar, but it's very different like setting, I guess.
Is Euphoria not like a high school drama?
It was, yeah.
And
it
now
got
there's like
more
the cartel is involved.
It got towards the end of season 2, it got more like Rue, Zendaya's character, who's like addicted to drugs. She gets more involved in the drug world.
Okay.
And she like gets kidnapped by some drug mule, or like people want to make her a drug mule, whatever.
Yeah.
But then it seems like it's gone full that because they're too old to be high schoolers. They were too old to be high schoolers in fucking season 1.
Exactly.
Jacob Elordi has been 30 years old for forever.
I think
He's not
Jacob
even 30
Elordi
now, actually.
I think Jacob 30 for years. I think Jacob Elordi's a good actor, but like I feel like
I don't know. I'm a little bit on the Jacob Elordi fraud watch.
well, I'm
based on Wuthering Heights.
after Wuthering Heights, I just can't really look at him the same way because that shit was so ass.
Yeah, I know you were like kind of super dookie in that.
Jacob, that was not it at
That
all.
was not on.
And Sydney's like a bunny or something in this.
Oh, she's like an OnlyFans model, and
No.
yeah, I don't know. I think I have a weird. I'm not gonna say love
Fetish.
for you for Elordi to work. No, I have like. I don't have a love for Euphoria, but I do. I think honestly, kind of apt comparison with Wuthering Heights, a little bit Saltburn-esque, where like any criticisms of it, I'm like, yeah, that's probably fair, and like it is a bit kind of stupid and shallow, but there's something like
there's
quite
something to talk
entertaining
about.
it. There's like there's a lot going on, and I do think stylistically it is very cool, especially the first season. There's some really fucking cool camera stuff and editing and music, and I think you should watch it. Like it's definitely
It is one of those that I do want to watch. At the same time, I don't want to watch it. If you get what I mean, it's like it's constantly being talked about. So I'm like, I want to see what the intrigue's about. But at the same time, I'm like, is it really okay? You tell me, is it really worth it to sit down and watch?
Yeah. Leaves.
It works.
It works. But I mean I would say so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's especially for like the pop culture of it all. Like it is a 2010s sort of like or 2020s pop culture staple. But I will say I'm also for this third season I have a weird vibe about it based on like how they've promoted it, how they're talking about it. I just because I remember Jacob Elordi in that Actors on Actors thing. He was saying like, yeah, it was good. I hope it's good. And someone said something about it was like a truncated experience. It feels a little bit like I'm not gonna say a shat out thing, but like
Okay. Does he
like they had to make it or something.
Okay. Is he giving like when Elordi's talking about it, kind of similar vibes in the way that people were talking about the last season of Game of Thrones, like the kind of cast were like, oh yeah, it's a season.
Yeah, he didn't seem overly enthusiastic, and I can't name anything specific, but I feel like I've seen other things where it's like it gives me the vibe that it was like a contractual thing. We have to make a third season, whatever. Because it's been so long since the last one, and that's the thing, they're all doing like kind of bigger and better things now. You know, Elordi's Oscar nominated, Zendaya's doing all this other shit. Like yeah. Sydney's doing. Well, Sydney maybe needs it. I don't know. Yeah,
Sydney is yeah. What's she on about?
Yeah, but anyway, Euphoria. I will be intrigued.
I will try to watch. I think I will get on the Euphoria train at some point. But it's one of those it's evaded me for now. But I do think I will try and get on it.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on the Oscar noms? There was nothing too exceptional.
Nothing. Yeah, I mean, I think most people have already talked about most of it. But like, I like that Sinner got nominated a lot. I don't think 16 nominations
seems excessive.
A little excessive. I think.
Although some genius YouTube channel that you should sub to did do like a breakdown of of how does it deserve those. And
and you think it does?
Well, I concluded that like. I think it's fair it got like either like 14 or 15 of them, but also
but that number 16
that's
unacceptable. Quite simply outrageous.
No, I mean I don't know.
I don't think it'll win that many.
No, but it does make me think, does it get Best Picture? Because I was sort of like I'd written it off as Best Picture, but now that it got all of this Oscar buzz, I'm like, hey yo.
I love Sinners, but if it gets Best Picture, I feel like they'll be outraged, don't you think?
I don't think so.
Really?
I mean,
don't you think like something like One Battle After Another or Marty Supreme is gonna get it more?
I think One Battle is the front runner for sure.
Do you think between Sinners and Marty? And we'll talk about Marty later on, but
I think before I was like One Battle for sure, maybe Marty. Mm-hmm. But now I think it's One Battle, second place Sinners, then Marty.
Then third Marty.
I imagine, yeah. But we'll talk about it. I will say if F1 wins Best Picture, I might have to kill myself.
I haven't seen F1. I've seen scenes from F1.
You know what? No, you have seen F1.
Okay,
for all intents and purposes, you have seen F1.
It's one of those that is so under the radar that.
But it's not a Best Picture. Get the fuck out of here. It's
that normal. Do you think that's the worst nominee of them all?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, and I liked F1. It was fun, but it's like if fucking I don't know.
It's like Trap got nominated.
I wouldn't go that far. That would be
Trap
pretty
is
epic.
a winner.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, it's just like a normal. It's like if Superman got nominated for Best Picture. It's like that was just like a movie that came out that was pretty good, I guess. But anyway, and also No Other Choice was not nominated from our Old Boy, Handmaiden Goat, Park Chan-wook, which is a shame because that is the best movie of the year and is
You're saying that's the best movie of the year?
in my opinion, yeah. And
I really want to watch it.
It is so good, and also having now seen all the Best Picture nominees, and we'll talk about with Marty Supreme, clears all of them.
Really?
I think I would
My
say
goodness.
so. Yeah, but anyway, we'll get to it. A very important news item.
Yes.
A Nick Frost, I'm gonna say psychological break, maybe.
Psychological evacuation happening.
Now, to be clear, Nick Frost, he's a jokey, jovial man. I'm gonna assume this is in a jokey context.
Okay.
But I'm seeing it written on paper.
Does it sound like he's just completely gone nuts?
This shit looks nuts. And I just the headline made me laugh very hard. But here's the
please,
quote from
hit
Nick
me with it.
Frost.
I saw you'd written something. I didn't read it. I want you to read that shit to me.
Nick Frost tells The Guardian, in reference, he's playing Hagrid in Harry Potter.
Okay.
I've seen all the films. We go through them all as a family during Christmas every year. We start on December 20th and finish a week and a half later. Before I was cast as Hagrid, my partner suggested trying to manifest it. So last Christmas, I watched all the films back to back on the Sky Harry Potter channel while writing out the word Hagrid 7,000 times. And it was just the headline,
What does
Nick Frost writes Hagrid 7,000 times in hopes of getting the role or some shit.
Nick Frost not out of the freaking asylum yet?
Yeah. Nick Frost banned from Harry Potter set after
Nick Frost
Hagrid.
banned. Yeah. What's the purpose of that? What's going
So
on?
again, he might have been joking. I
hope so.
But also, you think about 7,000, how many times that is. And it's also, you're not really watching the movies at that point.
Yeah, also,
You're
how does that help you manifest anything?
Yeah.
Hagrid was clearly a crazy man who might be a villain.
Possibly, as we
But I don't think he was doing all that.
But in a way, he is Hagrid now. Is this the secret? Is this the key?
So you just need to write a person's name 7,000 times, you become them.
You become them. Do I write like Bad Bunny Dwark King? Sorry, I'm gonna drop the dwarf bit.
So I'm gonna drop a dwark just now.
Yeah, sorry, let me get on the table real quick.
How does one dwark on the table?
I'd say it's like a reverse swap. Speaking of which,
Reverse swap.
speaking of whopping,
Yes.
Travis
Travis.
Scott is in the Odyssey.
Why?
Yeah. Well,
And he seems to just be playing Travis Scott.
War.
It's like, Travis!
Yeah, I mean,
This is gonna be another like FNAF, the cinema goes crazy moment.
I'll go crazy for Travis.
That's fucking Scotty!
I mean, he did him and Nolan, I think he did the soundtrack for Tenet. Do you remember
Okay.
Tenet randomly had a fucking Travis Scott soundtrack? Or like there was at least a Travis Scott song in there.
Yeah,
That's
that
pretty
just-
funny. And Nolan
In his contract to do that song, he also got the main role in the Odyssey.
yeah, I have to play the Cyclops. I also think, Nolan, he's done this before where Harry Styles was in Dunkirk, in a small role. And I assume Travis will have a small role here, but we're on first name basis, me and Travis.
No, I can tell. You and Travis, you tight.
Me and Travi, but...
Okay, I don't know about Travi.
yeah, that sounds offensive in some way. But yeah, I have to say, everything I see about the Odyssey, I like less and less.
It's just getting a little bit, because when it was first announced, I was like, oh, this is gonna be movie
Nolan
of the year
It's gonna
easily.
be pretty fucking crazy.
And then now it sounds like it's not slop, but it's just there's some slop stuff in it.
Well, yeah, Travis Scott being in, because again, the complaint that I had of like, Matt Damon, Tom Holland kind of take me out of it. No one's like, don't worry.
Don't worry. You'll forget all about that.
We got Travi in here.
You bring Travis Sco.
Travis Scott, very familiar.
We are best
Y'all are
friends.
bros. But yeah, and also just his, again, that's the thing. And he might be great, but if he's great, whatever. But it's like also, there's a reason Travis Scott is a musician and not an actor, because from just the little TV spot, doesn't seem like a very good actor in this epic setting. War.
It's like Travis,
get
get
out
some
of here.
range, please.
Yeah.
Well,
at least drop a.
I mean, I'm hoping we. What do you say?
At least drop a "It's Lit," the famous Travis Scott ad-lib.
It's lit. What music does Travis Scott? What's he made? What songs has he made?
I think you would be a big fan of the song "Sicko Mode."
If we get the Odyssey, young boy going sicko mode.
The credits will be "Sicko Mode" play. Odysseus finally returns home and reclaimed.
Sicko mode.
Mo Bamba starts blasting. the entire Astroworld album plays.
Mo Bamba plays. Unforgivable. That's a Nolan kind of prank he would do.
But yeah, anyway, get out of here. But also very funny, to be fair.
Yeah.
Just those also.
It's just one of those
screenshot of Travis Scott in the Odyssey.
It's just one of those. It's gonna take you out of the movie.
It's you're trying to fuck with
in
me.
Game of Thrones kind of vibe.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Nolan.
We stopped casting famous musicians as random roles.
Yeah, fuck out of here. Unless it's good
Tyler the Creator and Marty Supreme.
Yeah, but
at the same
he
time,
also did take me out of it a little bit.
He fully took me
Bro
out of it.
was not in the 1950s.
No.
That was just Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but we'll talk about it. Speaking of musicians, though, but this time actors playing musicians. Did you see the first look at the Beatles?
I did look at the Beatles.
Yeah, I did look at the Beatles. Just you staring at it.
For hours.
You lick the mezcal reveal.
I wrote John Lennon 7,000 times.
No, you wrote Ringo Starr.
Don't invoke Ringo.
Barry Keoghan as Ringo. Kind of a good choice.
I think looks maxing wise,
yes.
It looks pretty good.
Paul Mescal looks surprisingly like Paul McCartney in that picture.
Yeah, exactly. It's like in terms of like the general vibe, I'm there for. But so is the Beatles gonna? Because I saw a BHL2 vid.
Hey, sub.
And so, is it going to be like a cinematic universe of the Beatles, or what's going on?
Yeah, they're doing 4 movies. Where it's
4 movies?
and they're all coming out the same day. Now, I don't know if this builds up to then, like, Beatles Endgame, where then it's all of them come together.
Wong opens a portal, Ringo jumps out, works it.
Actually, okay, hear me out. Nah, not work related, but
Actually, watch this.
do you think they could do a cinematic universe of the music biopics? Where we get the Beatles crossing over with like Joaquin Phoenix's Johnny Cash. We get Bohemian Rhapsody.
We get Michael.
Oh,
yeah. You sound
Michael.
genuinely so offended. Michael.
You get Michael in there? Genuinely couldn't comprehend who Michael was for a second. You get Michael in there, I guess.
Guy clearly does not want Michael.
You get Chalamet in there.
You get Edgerton.
Yes, yeah. I mean, this is a $1 billion deal. Hey, hold up.
Because
also some of these people do cross over. Like fucking Elvis shows up in the Johnny Cash movie or whatever. But then I don't know, man. The multiverse.
This could actually be. Also, okay. My next question to you: what happens when they all show up together? Orgy.
Work off.
When in doubt, work off.
But also obviously,
work off.
Bob Dylan would win that.
Very obvious.
But anyway, the Beatles looks pretty good, I guess.
Bob Dylan, twerk off.
Jason Statham, according to Deadline, will be playing Jason Statham in David Leitch's of Bullet Train. Jason Statham stole my bike.
What's happened to Hollywood?
What happened to culture?
Was this? Does this not have a budget of like $80 million?
That was the thing that stood out to me from the article. It just said, like, the budget is rumored or whatever to be north of 80 mil.
How the fuck?
That's impossible. That should not be legal.
With all the struggling people in Hollywood these days, how does this get greenlit?
I was just in general, with all the struggles in like the world, I would say $80 million could be better allocated. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Watch this be the movie of the year.
I mean, look, we like David Leitch, Bullet Train, and he did. I think he was involved with John Wick and Atomic Blonde.
We very much like Bullet Train, and we like Jason Statham.
Jason Statham, because I mean, this is a very peak pod type thing. Jason Statham plays himself in some fuck-ass movie about stealing a bike.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds nutty. It's just the budget that's
kind of concerning.
A little bit concerning, but also like if it's about him stealing a bike, what could that budget?
But I guess it's gonna have I guess that's the ironic thing is it sounds like a little thing and then it'll spiral into big action scenes. But also, is this like again the way the studios seem to act with like spending money and stuff? I guess fair play, but also, is this a thing that you think people are gonna go see?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like this sounds like something that we'd very much enjoy to go watch.
This sounds like a YouTube short we'd watch, but like
exactly.
Is
this
the
an
general
SNL skit?
Yeah, the general public gonna come out an $80 million worth of general public to see Jason Statham stole my bike? I don't know.
I mean, I hope for everyone they do.
Oh shit.
Oh. Genuine chaos. Don't edit this out.
Yeah, sorry about that. The camera cut. We're back though.
We're
Statham.
And subscribe.
Yeah. Statham bike. Sorry, what were you saying?
genuinely has a nervous breakdown. Statham bike.
Dies?
Yeah, it's one of those dies. It's one of those that I hope everyone goes to see it because I'm sure it's going to be like a life-changing event.
Yeah.
It's going to be the new Barbenheimer. But
Just alone, just one movie.
and people have to go watch it alone. But yeah, like it sounds like one of those things that we'd both very much enjoy going to watch. So I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Steal
Fuck
that
it.
bike.
Get it, Statham.
Fast and Furious 11, Vin Diesel announced is coming 2028, called Fast Forever.
Yeah. Now, first of all,
not forever. It's the last one.
it's the last one, so let's get real. But we've heard that before, though.
Yeah, but now they are kind of floundering, the Fast movies.
Yeah.
People don't give a fuck.
Is it just rumors, or are people? Have I heard correctly in that Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be in this?
I saw something. I think Vin Diesel made some like AI edited image of him with Ronaldo, or maybe it was Tyrese, or maybe it was a fan. He reposted. I don't know.
I don't know if it was Ronaldo or Tyrese with him. So easy to confuse the two.
Equal star power. There's no way they get Ronaldo for this, unless this is some weird Saudi Arabia thing, which I could definitely see.
If any franchise is going to go that route, it's definitely the Fast Furious.
100%. So I don't know. But at the same time, why would they get Ronaldo to jump on like the sinking ship? Like I feel like again, a star of Ronaldo's capacity would be on like Fast 7 type thing.
Yeah, that's the peak of human existence. Being in a Fast 7 movie.
Yeah, coming in Fast 11, like
yeah, I don't know.
Fast forever, Fast never. I would say.
God, hire him, Hollywood. Subscribe.
Anyway.
Yeah, so that's happening.
Fuck it. Yeah.
Vin.
Two last pieces of news here. I mean, there was an Endgame or Doomsday trailer with, just of note, M'Baku's in it, and that was pretty good.
How the fuck has M'Baku become king? Who greenlit that? Jason Statham steals my bike for $80 million. That's one thing.
I was going to say, Jason Statham could be the king of Wakanda.
He would make shit right there. But M'Baku.
Yeah.
Winston Duke's M'Baku.
I think he becomes king at the end of the last one, doesn't he?
I don't remember. I don't know how he's managed to...
How he's pulled that one off.
I don't know how Winston Dukes keeps fluking himself into movies.
How'd you fluke that one, M'Baku? But no, I'm a big M'Baku enjoyer.
Huge M'Baku fan.
Big Winston Duke fan, so excited to see him in the spotlight. And he meets...
where he deserves to be. Yeah. Bro's going to get 30 seconds of screen time.
Yeah, he meets the Thing or whatever. Yeah, anyway, Doomsday, it's happening. Final piece of news, the trailer for Spider-Noir.
Yes.
The Nicolas Cage live-action Spider-Noir show, which when I heard about it, I was like, this sounds weird, and like, why would they do that? Like, it's like a cartoon character, whatever. But it looks pretty kind of peak.
I think it looks fucking awesome.
It looks pretty fun.
It looks really, really great. I'm actually so excited for it.
And it does include our GOAT, Winston Bishop, aka Lamorne Morris.
It's always weird to see him in other roles, and that's one of those that will also definitely take me out of the movie.
But that being
the
said,
show.
It's Spider-Noir. So.
It's Spider-Noir, but at the same time, like it'll take me out of it, but not in a way that I dislike.
Yeah,
you know.
No, you want to be thinking about Winston.
I want to be. Yeah, Winnie the Bish is all I want on my mind.
But it looks pretty fucking fun.
It looks so awesome, and also the fact that it's shot in the black and white. I really like it.
I don't know. They've obviously done the noir style, and but you still have Nicolas Cage being kind of nutty and
kind of insane. Yeah.
I don't know.
The Nick Cage insane mode with Winnie the Bish is a combo.
That's a crazy combo.
I never thought I'd see,
but I always wanted.
But I never knew I needed it until I saw that, and now I desperately need it.
For something I had no expectations for, no interest in. I was like, you know what, this looks pretty good.
Yeah. Is this in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or?
No, I guess.
Is it just like a standalone thing?
I guess it's a standalone. I guess maybe it's in the Spider-Verse universe.
Okay,
maybe.
okay.
I don't know. I guess they're all technically in the same universe in a weird way.
Some weird way, but
I'm on board.
I'm very, very on board. I think it's gonna. Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the news.
That's the newsums. Now let's get to the rip.
Let's do a 5-hour The Rip dive. Dive into that rip. That's how they got Ben Affleck on board? I know this movie's
I'll do it
dog
for
shit.
free.
Yeah, I know the script is terrible, but you get to dive into the rip.
Yeah, Matt Damon was on board immediately.
Matt Damon wrote it? Anyway, before we get to the rip, real quick. Actually, I don't know. We don't really have to talk about The Housemaid. Who fucking cares?
I want to hear...
I'll do a very brief The Housemaid.
Please. I want to hear your thoughts on this Kino.
Yeah.
The first movie you saw this year, I'm pretty sure. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
So how was that? Was that a good start to the year?
No, it was an unfortunate start. Yeah, it's just generic like TikTok book. Now, I'm not on Book Talk or whatever, but from what I've gathered, this is. I don't know if this book came as like started as a fan fiction or something, but it has that vibe.
Okay. Okay.
And it's just. Yeah, it's just generic bullshit like slop.
What's the general? Is it like a thriller or is it supposed to be a thriller?
Yeah, well, it's a thriller.
What's
it's
happening?
Sydney Sweeney's hired as a housemaid for this Amanda Seyfried and her husband, and it seems like Amanda Seyfried's crazy, and thriller ensues, but it's also kind of sexy or whatever. But it's not very. It's not,
but it got me hot and bothered, and I.
Well, it's not very sexy. I mean, this is, it's a fucking slop movie. What do I?
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to like overly critique it, but. It has twists and turns that are stupid and when you think about them don't really make sense. Sydney Sweeney fucking sucks at acting. And also, I will say the one thing of note, it had a very funny ending. And I will spoil it for you if you don't mind.
Please.
Because basically, the big twist is you think like Amanda Seyfried's crazy and she's jealous of Sydney Sweeney. Turns out actually her husband is the crazy one. He's like a psychopath who's been like torturing her for years. And basically, by the end, Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried like team up and kill the husband.
Oh, okay.
And then at the end, we talked a little bit about the post having like an MCU style like, like we'll see you next time like ending. I just thought it was so funny. Sydney Sweeney becomes a housemaid for another woman, and the woman she like I don't know she has like a black eye or something. It's like she's like, oh, my husband, he has a bit of a temper. It's implied that the husband is also abusing her, and Sydney Sweeney goes like, I'll start right away, and she like takes a knife out or something, and the implication was like. Is Sydney Sweeney just gonna murder people's husbands?
She's like the husband killer now.
Because, the movie, it's sort of like she gets away with killing the husband because he was so terrible, and, the cops are kind of like, I don't know, the husband fucking sucks. Or the husband was a dirtbag, so she killed him, and it's sort of like she killed the husband. But I'm like, it's not that it's a realistic movie, but like, you can't get away with just they're gonna put together that all the husbands you housekeep for end up murdered. Like I don't know, like
leaving a trail of bodies.
Well,
I'll take the next job now.
Yeah, it was a stupid movie, but just the implications, like she becomes like Batman, but for killing husbands. I was like, this will catch up with you very quickly. I feel like, and also then they announced that they're doing a sequel, so I guess there will be like
I
don't know. It's like it was funny that this feels like. A perfect timing thing where this worked out that you don't, go to jail and it's all fine. But like, this will not work out again. You can't go around killing husbands.
Thinking about the logistics and the legal problems.
It's just so goofy. But anyway, the housemaid, it was bad.
And it made a decent amount of money or what?
It did, yeah. It's whatever. And Sydney Sweeney.
Well, I'll have to watch.
You definitely don't.
This is number one on my list.
But speaking of things everyone has to watch legally, The Rip. The fucking Rip.
Why have we both watched The Rip as well?
I watched this under threat from Papa Hudson. Threat of a good time, that is, because The Rip is goated.
Because The Rip is fantastic. Threat of a good time, that is. Yeah.
The Rip.
The Rip. Boy, what a...
Not a real movie.
What a time, right? It's, I genuinely, when I started watching, like, this is gonna be great.
Really?
No, I was like, this is Ben and Matt. Back together.
I think that's how they got you. And again, I've posed this question: How did they get that? They're real actors.
Exactly.
This is because the funny thing about this is Papa Hudson. I don't know if I've talked about this publicly.
He's kind of stupid.
His film taste is so funny because his favorite movies are like Once Upon a Time in the West, Das Boot, like I don't know, the classics.
Jack and Jill kind of vibe.
Yeah, but then he also has a love for like these shitty, completely mid like thriller action movies. He loves the movie Land of Bad, starring Russell Crowe and fucking Liam Hemsworth.
I think our fathers have very similar movie tastes. My dad will also be like, oh, like the classics, and stuff like that. And then he'll be like, you know what you need to watch? The Beekeeper. I'm like, The Beekeeper? That shit is terrible.
And like Papa Hudson's like, he's like, yeah, like we gotta watch like Pulp Fiction and Dust Boot, and like, of course we have to watch 999. Like, what do you mean?
And of course, The Rip is up next.
Well, because then, of course, I got a message like, when it came out, I was like, we should watch The Rip. And I was like, okay, well, this is Papa Hudson core, we'll watch it. And
the clearly doing a charity.
But the funny thing is, he hated it. He was not a fan, and I just thought it was so funny because like I would not distinguish The Rip from Land of Bad at all. They're similar movies, but in this one, he was just like, I just thought it was so funny. He kept going like, oh, they could have made it so good. Like, why did they?
I weirdly agree.
I agree, but I'm just like, but that applies to all of these shitty like slop streaming service action movies.
I think that does apply, but I think there is a difference because I think that something like The Beekeeper or 999, stuff like that, they know that they're kind of just like, that's a generic action movie, whereas this I feel like tries to do more. It tries to go that extra mile and make it both like a bit more of an intense thriller and kind of like, you know, make it. It seems like, and I feel like it was also advertised as more like a proper kind of like, it's going to be a classic thriller people are going to look back on. And I think it starts off with the potential to do that, and then it just goes nowhere. And it's just ass.
I mean, I don't know, because I mean, I like 999 and Land of Bad more than this.
Yes, I agree. But I think that's because it leans into the fact that this is what's happening.
Yeah, well, you get a little bit more bang for your buck with those, I guess.
Yeah.
Because this low-key was kind of fucking boring at a certain point. Like it sets up,
really
you know,
was.
intrigue and mystery and whatever, and Affleck betrayal ? Or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's just kind of, it just felt so low budget. They were just in the house the whole time on this empty street. Also, another complaint Papa Hudson had, or I made this point and he sort of resonated with him throughout the movie. I was like, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are not from Miami. Like, this should have been in Boston. Why is this in Miami? They are so, like, and he's like, yeah, like it should have, like, yeah, he was like, it could have been like grittier and, you know, like more like grounded and down to earth. And it just became, you know, stupid. Like at the end, spoilers, there's a reveal that whoever's the bad guy, Kyle Chandler, someone on the inside, etc. But
I just thought that it felt as like it was building up to this big reveal, and like, you know, they tried to do this like, oh, who's in on it, what's what, right? And then I feel like they almost like made it too obvious and made it like revealed it quite early on, and I was like, okay, I kind of know. I feel like I know what's happening here. Surely there's going to be another twist. And you know those movies where you're just sitting waiting for the twist to happen?
Yeah.
That never really comes? I felt like that was happening in this. Where
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, I feel like
I was like, there were moments where you're like, okay, I didn't fully see that coming, but it was kind of like, I can still track this fully. Where it felt as if it was teeing up for like a huge double cross.
yeah, and I don't know, I also felt like, I don't think Affleck or Damon or either of them are going to be bad guys. I think they're going to be cool at the, I don't know, I just...
They're bros. They would never
bros. Like,
they never
I don't
pit
know.
them against each other.
Yeah, that'd be like a cinematic crime. Yeah, I don't know. It was one of those where you maybe think, who am I kidding? I did not have expectations for The Rip, but I can see like when it starts, you might think like, okay, this could be at the very least intense, because if it's not going to be, you know, 999 to its credit, I think 999 is a step above something like this in Land of Bad, but like that has a, you know, fair decent amount of action and shit going on. Like this was just, they were kind of just in that house.
They are just chilling in the house.
Just fucking around in that stupid house. And I'm like,
just working up and down the house.
Just do a thing. Like,
yeah, and it was actually such a good cast as well, with Steven Yeun as well. And it was like, how have you gotten so many good actors and made such genuine whateverness?
Just slop, yeah. So hate to break it to you, The Rip did not rip.
The Rip ripped ass.
Actually, I will say the funniest part was the movie ended, and this was an unfortunate Papa Hudson moment. But he just goes, "Why was it called The Rip?" And I'm like, they said the phrase "The Rip."
Well, I don't know.
They did say that like 20
Again,
times. That's on you, Papa.
I feel like that's not on the movie The Rip.
They did keep saying, "I got this crazy rip we
I
can
don't know
do."
why it's called The Rip.
I mean, it's literally like
that's the whole point of the movie.
No, genuinely, the entire premise is they're doing
a rip.
Yeah. And like it's like watching 999, be like, but why was it called 999? Like they reference it hundreds of times. Anyway, but yeah, The Rip, a disappointment to be sure.
Of all the questions to ask.
Yeah, no, that's unacceptable. Yeah. I will say though, I do love the Affleck Damon dynamic. I do think it's a little bit us-core, I have to say.
I think both in that movie and in general and everyday life.
I meant like off-screen. I meant
okay.
Like, in
even in the movie, I'm like, I don't...
They're bros, yeah.
They're bros. I love the dynamic.
They are...
I also like when Kimmel tries to get in the mix. And Ben's sitting there like, you guys, don't sit in. Because, you know, they've got that whole fake beef.
Yes.
Very us-core, I think, as well.
Yeah.
It's they are bros.
They are
and
bros.
And that's why I was so excited to see them in a movie again together.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I think he said they're making more movies, or there was something about, remember they were like, we have to be, because we're BFFs, we have to make movies together. And so maybe we'll get more stuff, just like maybe make better stuff.
Yeah, maybe don't make The Rip, whatever that title means.
But also they made, whatever that's referring to. They'd made like Air, and I thought that was kind of mid as well. It was better than The Rip.
They made Air.
But like it was not that interesting. And like they were in, I haven't seen the medieval movie they were in, but that looks kind of funny that they like I'm sorry, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon in like medieval garb.
Yeah,
Like,
they had
doesn't
like
work.
the most amazing debut film of all time together, and then since then it's just been the most mid shit they've done together.
Also, I don't know why Matt Damon. They should write some shit.
Yeah,
they wrote Good Will Hunting. Like Ben Affleck has had a creative career with his films and whatever, but like that's also kind of fallen off. Bro, write a movie together.
Who do you think has the better career of the two of them?
Ooh, you'd have to go Affleck.
You think?
I mean, Affleck's won Best Picture for like a movie he made in addition to being an actor. Like Matt Damon has just acted. I think acting career-wise, Damon has a better career.
Okay, but
on the
so
whole,
acting-wise, you're going Damon, but as a whole, you go Affleck. I don't know.
Yeah, well, because I mean, Affleck's acting career, I like Affleck and stuff, but he hasn't. I mean, what's he been in?
What was the movie he made? That one?
Argo.
Was that okay?
Yeah.
Argo.
Like I mean, like in terms of not movies he's been in, what was he like? Or movies he made? What was he like? What's a great movie Ben Affleck has been in?
Batman v Superman.
Yeah, like he was Batman. He was in the movie Geely with Jennifer Lopez.
He's in that one with Ana de Armas where he's like a cuck.
I think I've seen some clips from that. The Cuck movie. I mean, I'll be actually, you know what? He made Argo, which is quite good, but like other Ben Affleck cinema is like, I'm sorry, The Town is kind of mid. The Town is like fine. The Town is not like Kino. Like The Town is okay.
Sounds like you want to say people should calm down with the Town.
I don't know.
Talk.
People are like. Just because there's like one hard edit of when he's talking to Jeremy Renner that goes around fucking Instagram reels, people are like, "Oh, The Town, that's a peak movie."
Dude, I honestly think The Town and The Rip.
I mean,
like the
I
Town's
wouldn't go that far, but
The Town's obviously better. But like, it's one of those that I feel like The Town is talked about so much.
Yeah, The Town is.
And I
not,
saw it, I was like, "This is okay.
This is fine." Yeah.
Yeah.
Affleck is.
This is like The Beekeeper.
But like, yeah, what is like? Because Damon obviously Born and some such.
And The Martian.
The Martian and. Pops up in random shit like Interstellar.
That's random side quest in Interstellar.
Has he won an Oscar? Damon? I don't think so.
I don't know. He's definitely been nominated, but I don't know if he's won it.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I think overall, all in all, I think Affleck possibly, but acting-wise, definitely Damon.
Okay.
I don't know, what was the last peak that Damon was in?
Apart from The Rip.
Yeah, barring The Rip.
What? Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah. Bring up Damon's filmography, please. It's all The Rip. Always has been.
What a fucking terrible thing that would be. Let's see. Affleck acting.
It's a course you can take.
I mean, Affleck, yeah, he was, Gone Girl. That's pretty great.
Gone Girl's good.
But I mean, yeah, what the fuck else is the Accountant? Like,
oh, right. Don't forget about The Accountant too.
Speaking of Beekeeper core, like Pearl Harbor, he was Daredevil. Like, yeah, I don't know.
He was Daredevil in Pearl Harbor?
Yeah, that was kind of a crazy twist.
Crazy crossover.
I don't know, yeah. Affleck career kind of mid, whereas Damon, you have like Oppenheimer, which he's not great in, to be honest. But, I mean...
He ruins everything.
He's great in The Departed. He's in the Oceans movies. Ford v Ferrari. I mean, yeah, okay, acting-wise, obviously Damon clears.
Yeah.
But then, I was going to say if you compound Affleck's directing, but then, I mean, the only like really great movie is Argo.
What else has he done apart from Argo?
Air, The Town, Gone Baby Gone, which is apparently okay, and Live by Night, which was like an embarrassing stinker flop for him.
Sounds like Damon's won this.
Damon clears. Okay, we've determined Damon is better. I'm sorry,
Damon
Affleck.
Clears, no diff.
Anyway, moving on from The Rip.
Please.
Finally.
It takes years for the average man.
Do we want to briefly talk about Barbarian? I mean, because we have sort of a lot of other stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we can just, because it did come out a few years ago, but I watched Barbarian recently. Very good, I thought.
Great movie.
I think the main thing I want to talk about are the Genslinger scenes, honestly.
The Justin Long. The tape measure bit had me dying.
Funny.
That was so funny.
So good. Also, in the beginning, this was a sad, like, I guess, turn of character. But in the beginning, when I saw him, like, riding down the highway in his convertible, I was like, oh my God, this is maybe the vibiest shot I've ever seen in cinema. Bros is loving it. Turns out he's then a rapist, which is not great.
Yeah. No.
And then he gets, spoilers, I guess, but he gets...
Suckled.
He does get suckled. He gets some teat.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's just generally a hilariously bad dude throughout.
Yes.
I really enjoyed his character.
Yeah.
And I thought the movie in general, very good.
Yeah.
I also the Skarsgård twist that he was just some
normal guy.
Normal guy.
Just a creepy looking normal
yeah,
dude.
exactly. Just a dude who kind of had some dumb decision making.
Yeah.
But was like kind of like just an innocent dude. Kind of caught me off guard as well. And the reveal of the monster, I thought it was quite good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I think I'd like it because it's the same director as Weapons. Yes, I think I like this a bit more than Weapons.
I agree. No, because I remember when I saw it, I was like, that was really good. And just the more I think about it, I'm like, that was just a banging movie. Because I think it's to do a horror comedy well, like the fact that it really did scare me at multiple points. I do think like people in the basement core of like, same with Parasite. I remember that freaked me out. Like there's something like super creepy. Like, there's someone living in the basement.
Exactly. I also thought like the way they shot some like the long dark scenes in the basement. I was like, this is terrible.
Scary shit. Yeah. And I think the fact that it does, honestly, this is perhaps Zach Kreger is the reverse Osgood Perkins of Longlegs and the Monkey, because the Monkey I think is a bad horror comedy, and Longlegs I think like has a great setup and not a good payoff. And this has like a great intriguing setup, and the payoff is like even more fucked up and crazy than you could imagine. Good. And yeah, being consistently scary, consistently funny, having like some interesting commentary as well. It's a fucking great movie. Really, really good.
Just a side note. A guy I watched this with, because I watched this on a ski trip, not to call anyone out, I won't say who, but he did say afterwards, he was like, God, I feel, and granted, it was late at night, and we'd had a little bit to drink, but he was like, after the movie, he was like, God, I feel so bad for that dad that he was locked down in that basement that whole time. I was like, you have not figured out this movie at all.
Did you watch the movie?
I was like, what? I was like, that is the most insane thing I've ever
I think you gotta hit the Miles Teller Say that again.
Say that again. It's fantastic.
That is that might be the worst take in cinema history.
The worst, the least observant thing.
Rape murderer in the basement.
It's like, but why was? And he was like, why was she afraid of him? I was like, did you watch the movie?
Is your friend brain dead? Is your friend like human?
the crazy dad sympathizer? Yeah. Well, I was just like, that just took me out of the movie at the end. I was like, what the
extremely out of pocket. I would not associate with that person anymore if I were you. I think we might save Wonder Man and Night of the Seven Kingdoms for next time.
Sounds good.
Because I haven't finished Wonder Man yet. But
and Night of the Seven Kingdoms isn't finished either.
Isn't done. Okay, we'll save it for next time.
Perfect.
But I think there's a comment asking about Wonder Man. But Wonder Man, very good. We'll get to it.
I really want to watch it. I'll try and have it watched for next up-to-date pod.
Nice. Last two movies here, the up-to-date movies. Ooh. I think we start with Marty Supreme.
Marty Supenis.
Marty Supenis. Yes. Spoilers for Marty Supreme. And then we go Wuthering Heights.
God,
close on a strong note.
Clothes off.
Marty Supreme.
Yes.
Which we saw accidentally together. As
we talked about, which made the movie far more enjoyable.
I could feel your aura.
I think it's the first time ever that I've sat in the cinema and like we've been in the cinema together, but we haven't actually sat next to each other. It was a weird feeling. I was like, odd. I know my smuck, what we call each other, is somewhere in the room, but where? Yeah, you could jump out any minute.
But it was also funny because when the movie ended, you left with your mom, and I just see you on the other end of the cinema, and you just go like,
that we hit like a little
Affleck Damon style.
Exactly, I'm Damon.
Fuck. I'm washed. But yeah, Marty Supreme. I have to say, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I am a tad disappointed.
Okay.
I would say, because I gave it a 4. Honestly, I'm closer. I would stick with the 4, but I'm closer to a 3.5 than a 4.5.
Ooh, fair.
I would not go so far as to say Midi Supreme, but I think it might it might be closer to Midi Supreme than Marty Supeak. Been holding on to that one all morning.
Marty Supeak.
Me on the train right here.
Midi Supreme.
Midi Supreme. That's where I'm at. I think there's a lot to like here, but I do have some problems with it that also are very similar to some of my problems with other Safdie brothers movies.
Ooh, okay, yeah. We'll get to it. General take from me, I also really liked it. I don't know what I was really expecting because it's been talked about so much. So I was like, okay, it's going to be a good movie. But at the same time going in, I didn't have like the highest expectations. It was more for the Chalamet performance, perhaps.
I didn't Chalamet butt cheeks?
Chalamet cheeks went nutty on it.
Chalamet cheeks was a crazy
Speaking of
reveal.
the rip. The
Mr. Wonderful about to rip that up.
Mr. Wonderful. Yeah, what is... Okay, we'll talk about Mr. Wonderful. But in general, I liked it. I thought it was towards like the latter end of or the beginning of the second half. I thought it was a tad long. Tad Justin long. And then, sorry, I distracted myself with the just.
Sorry, I was thinking about that the whole time.
Sorry,
waiting for the right
That was what
moment
I
to-
wrote on the train. But I thought that the Marty performance was good, or the Timothy performance was good. Movie in general was so chaotic that it kind of worked and was fun, but I wasn't blown away.
Yeah, you weren't blown.
I wasn't blown by the Marty butt cheeks.
You weren't. You weren't blown Gwyneth style in Central Park.
True.
That was a pretty
Gwyneth
funny
did
scene.
get blown. Anyways, let's break it down.
Well, yeah, I think of what there is to like here. Also, sorry, it's just
You want to just quickly?
yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah, I think of what there is to like.
Yes.
I think Chalamet is very good.
Chalamet, very good performance.
I would say this is his best work since Wonka. I think this is
not a high bar.
this is my favorite performance of his, I would say.
I think so as well.
I don't, again, sort of the way he talked about it, maybe in character, maybe not, when he was like, this is some next level shit. Like, it was good. It was a good performance.
It was definitely. I think it's definitely Oscar nom worthy.
Yeah, I think he'll win.
I think he'll win as well. I don't know about this is some next level shit.
I mean, yeah, it was a good, you did some acting.
You did your job, little
That
bro.
is your job, broski. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
That is your job, broski.
But he is very good. I think the rest of the cast is very good, I guess.
I think what's his childhood friend called, the actress?
Odessa Zion.
I thought she was
She
pretty
was
good.
very good. She was very good. Paltrow's solid. Like, everyone's good.
Mr. Wonderful.
Total fucking...
Okay. How the fuck is Mr. Wonderful there? And why in a struggling industry are we
hiring Mr. Wonderful? To be fair,
hiring a wealthy billionaire, Mr. Wonderful, who's also not a very good actor.
and not a good person.
And not a good person at all.
Yeah, I honestly have never watched Shark Tank. I have no...
I've seen clips from Shark Tank, and he just seems like the fucking worst.
Yeah, I have no
Dude seems like
concept of-
such a freaking bum ass.
And in that sense, I guess maybe he was a good casting choice to play like this super shitty dude.
Yeah.
Did you see Mark Ruffalo?
But was there any acting involved, is the question. Was he just being Mr. Wonderful ironic because he is Mr. Detestable?
Was he Mr. Mr. Detestable? Was he? I was gonna say Mr. Wonderfully smacking those cheeks or whatever, but
That's way better. Thank you.
Mr. Detestable. Did you see our goat?
Mr. Wonderfully smacking those cheeks.
Our goat Ruffalo going at Mr. Wonderful. What? So I called him Mr. Detestable. No, he didn't. But he, because he's a Trump fucking.
Oh, I see. I thought you meant in the movie. I was like, did I miss a Ruffalo?
Ruffalo cameo.
He was the Ruffalo
was
going
Marty?
at Mr. He was Marty's cheeks.
The Marty's cheeks. He was Marty's friend whose house they crashed at. The Gad lookalike. I didn't want you to make me say it, but yes.
The Gad look-alike.
The Gad-alike. You know the guy.
But isn't it Gad?
No.
Really?
Fuck off. You know that ain't Gad. You'd know Gad's face a mile away. Because it's that big. Sorry, it was there. It was right there.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. But what was I even saying? Ruffalo. Because Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, he's some Trump fucking guy. And Ruffalo, who continues to be kind of a king, he sent a tweet that was like, "Fuck you," Kevin O'Leary or something.
I did see Ruffalo. Ruffalo's
kind of, dare say, on some smoke lately.
You daren't.
I shouldn't have.
I don't want to say this.
Don't speak out of turn, but
But he ripping a real one.
he walking him down.
He on some smoke tank.
But no, Ruffalo, he's calling people out, man. He's doing his thing, which I appreciate.
We're gonna get a Ruffalo fight night, maybe.
Maybe I would pick Ruffalo over fucking
Mr. Wonderful, Mr. Detestable,
Mr. Wonderfully Bald or whatever.
Yeah, how the fuck are you taking a terrible guy like Mr. Wonderful and giving him hair?
Yeah, the universe punished him.
Yeah, exactly. This has been nothing but positives for this guy. What are we doing?
Yeah, but I think it's quite a funny movie. I laughed quite a few times, and it's obviously very well made, and it has like an energy. It's very entertaining in general.
Yeah.
I think my problems with it lie. I think there are two main problems I have with it. One is a problem that I have with the other Safdie movies I've seen, mainly Uncut Gems. And it's funny because I've been thinking for a while, like, I should rewatch Uncut Gems. Maybe I didn't really get it, whatever. But this reminded me exactly why I didn't really fuck with it. I still think it's good. But it's because I found it to be a very repetitive movie, especially in that second act. And the same was the case here, where, like, in Uncut Gems, it's sort of just scenes of him, like, ripping people off and then going to get money and then some drama and then whatever. And, like, that's kind of this, where it just kept... It was, like, scene after scene of him owing someone money and then getting money and then some kind of zany thing happens.
Yeah.
It's like a series of vignettes, but they're like kind of vaguely the same thing.
It is. Like, I guess it does build on the fact because like I guess you need to see just how much like freaking shit he gets into and like that's part of like the whole thing. But towards the end, it gets almost a bit slapsticky and repetitive.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, yeah, it gets a bit ridiculous, which I mean, I didn't mind too much, but it does get a little. And when he falls with the bathtub or whatever.
No, the bathtub stuff I didn't mind, but I think when I don't know, like the whole side bit with the dog and the mafia guy, I don't know,
Yeah,
I didn't love it. That got a little bit too much for me. That is part of it where they're like trying to create this kind of like chaotic atmosphere and like what he's like going through and like what he's finding himself
But
doing.
I think there's chaotic. Like I would say, like Nora is a very chaotic movie, but I feel like it has sort of like a drive to it. Like the frenetic energy is sort of being channeled into something. And here, obviously, he's trying to get to Japan or whatever, but there is like a bit like Uncut Gems. It just kind of feels like the energy is just sort of going in a circle.
Yeah,
like we're
I
not
agree.
really, what are we building to? And my other problem is that, and this could be maybe an expectation thing, and I think there's an argument that like this is kind of the point of the movie a bit, but I didn't really get the vibe that he like cared that much about the ping pong. I thought this was gonna be a little bit more of like a Whiplash thing, or like the obsession, where it's like it's kind of motivational, but it's also like, oh, is it about like you sacrifice everything to be
I'll
great
do
or
anything
whatever.
to get.
But he didn't.
He doesn't
really. I didn't really get the impression that the ping pong was that important.
No,
to
because
him.
he does. It's more about the humiliation that befell him before. Don't you think that kind of like drive?
Yeah, I mean, it just seemed sort of a little bit more incidental than like even at the end. I guess also I didn't really connect with the character kind of in any way. I thought it was going to be like an anti-hero kind of like, oh, he's obsessed and it's almost like admirable how much he wants to achieve his goal, but he's shitty to people around him, that's bad. But I didn't even really feel that. Like at the end when he won, I didn't feel triumphant. I didn't feel like a mixed feeling of like, oh, but what did he sacrifice at what cost? There's like, oh, kind of like it was kind of underwhelming.
I weirdly get what you mean. It's also, I think it was also the way that it was advertised, because in the trailer and stuff, there was that one shot of like, oh, losing's not even like, or failure's not even part of my mentality and stuff like that. It's like, it is advertised as if he's going to be like just doing anything he can to achieve this ping pong, profession. And he does this kind of, as you say, there's a start and then there's like the goal of going to Japan, and then everything, instead of like being like a hill you climb, it's just like a complete roller coaster zigzag.
Yeah, and
I think that where like his motivations get lost a little bit throughout as well.
Exactly. No, because I think the argument could be made that like that's sort of the point, that he's striving for this goal and he loses track of it, and it's almost like he's just blindly following this thing that doesn't really matter. At the end, spoiler alert, we should have said spoilers before. Spoilers for Marty Supreme. At the end when he wins, like, I realize it's meant to be a bit underwhelming because he doesn't win the tournament. He wins some, and my impression was kind of the guy let him win because he was sort of so like obsessed with it and kind of like pathetic almost. And like it's meant to be a little bit like, it's not meant to be like a Rocky style ending, whatever. But even so, like I didn't really feel even the like the I didn't feel anything really.
No, but
like it was kind of anticlimactic and not the way I think it was intended to be.
Yeah, it's also, I don't know, there's just some of his issues that he gets into. I know, like, obviously there's a whole thing of, like, he's not a very good person. He gets himself into some of these situations. But because he's such a dumbass with some of the things, I feel like it just kind of takes a little bit away from the support you want to give him as well. Like, the whole, like, $1,500 bill he gets, I'm like, obviously you're going to get that. I don't understand what's going on.
I guess he was almost, like, stupider than he was a bad person. Like, he was a bad person.
Yeah.
But he wasn't even, like... At the end, they try to give him like a little bit. I don't know if it was a redemption. Is that supposed to be a happy ending? Because I
think he gets the happy ending because he goes back and he sees his son and stuff like that. But like, does he deserve it? Is he even happy about it?
No. And also, I thought an interesting interpretation of the ending that I sort of had as I was watching it, was that it's like at the end shot, he's seeing his son in this room of babies, and the babies are all like crying loudly, and he starts crying. And I thought it was kind of maybe a commentary on like, he's not mature. He's like kind of a baby. Like he's
it's a baby.
There's a symphony.
No joke, the worst thing I've ever seen.
For audio listeners, I might have done the baby thing, but
Check it out on YouTube. Subscribe.
Subscribe for that. That's exclusive content. But
For the audio listeners, I might have done the baby thing. I'm sorry I cut you off. I'll never do it again if the baby gets involved.
But there's a symphony of babies screaming and crying, and then he's crying as well. And I was like, is this meant to be sort of like he's still immature and a baby, and he's like not ready to be a parent, whatever, because he's also I don't know. But then I kind of feel like maybe I'm giving it too much credit. It's not. It's meant to be like, look, he actually cares about the baby and his girlfriend. I'm like, fuck no, he doesn't. He doesn't give a shit about the girlfriend of the baby.
I hadn't thought about it the way you think. I like it, but the way I interpreted it was more just that now he's back and he's seeing like maybe he.
I guess he achieved sort of what he wanted.
But the thing is, like,
then
he's just such a bad person. Like, even,
I don't buy it.
I don't buy it either. And the thing that his girlfriend was dying and giving birth to his child, and he's still just like abandons. Like, there's a scene where he's like, "Please stay, Marty." He's like, "Okay." Next shot, he's in Japan. It's
Which was sort of, again, I appreciated some of the like comedy of like how shitty. I thought the funniest bit in the movie is when he like tried to hang out with Mr. Wonderful by like pretending to be his dead son's friend or something. Like that was a funny like. But then it tried to do this sort of endearing ending, or maybe it's not endearing. But like, I didn't really. I don't know. I think there was like a period of it where I was like really on board, and I was like, this is fun and exciting and you know well acted and all that. And then sort of as it went, like by the time it ended, I was like, oh, that was good. But it had lost sort of momentum for me.
I agree. I feel like it had a pretty rapid like increase in kind of like vibe and quality, and then suddenly that like it didn't like decrease, but it just stayed at that level for a while. And then because it stayed at that level, I think it then decreased it a little bit for me.
Yeah, it was still good, but also there's things of like, and I get you could do, it's a chaotic movie, all this stuff's happening, but like the Tyler the Creator stuff, it sort of happened, and then he's just gone. And like the Gwyneth Paltrow stuff, it sort of happened, and she's just gone. And it's sort of like the point that it's all vapid, whatever. But it's also like, oh, that was sort of. Again, it's like a vignette. It's like a little thing he did with Tyler the Creator, and then that's sort of the next thing. And it's like,
yeah, exactly. And like,
I don't know. It felt a little underwhelming and unsatisfying to me.
It's weird because I agree in parts, but at the same time, I do also think that adds to the whole thing of this crazy, chaotic thing that he's doing, and then like even though he tries all these things, not in like a justifiable way, but he tries all these different routes to try and get to his goal, and none of it works out. I think I didn't mind the different side quests. I just think that maybe there was like a side quest too many.
Yeah, I guess my conclusion, I feel like we've been talking more about the negatives, because it's just, in general, I liked it quite a bit, and the positives are just sort of like, it's well made and entertaining. I think maybe this Safdie style, and this was just Josh Safdie, not both of them, but like this Uncut Gems type of thing, it's just maybe not really my thing. Because I love a sort of frantic, chaotic energy movie. I think it just like, they feel a little bit directionless, and then like the third act rolls around, and it's like, and by the way, this is what it was building to. I was like, it wasn't really like.
I didn't follow that at all, Safdie.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Still good.
It is still good, and as we've talked about in some previous pods, I think that this movie definitely has the feel of an original movie and a movie that's it's one of those like original. It feels like it's like a breath of fresh air a little bit because it's something you haven't really seen before, at least for me. I don't think, like, as you say, Uncut Gems has similarities to it, but I think that I can't think of many movies like this one.
No, well,
which I like.
The setting and like the music and like I love this like 1950s setting and all that kind of like it's
also like the general premise like about ping pong and what it's centered around. I like it. It adds like a unique thing.
I think I'm also maybe because I had very high expectations. I was like, this is gonna be movie of the year, and I'd heard so many positive things about it. And I think maybe I built it up too much in my own head.
Okay.
Whereas, which again I kind of did with Uncut Gems, where I think maybe if I rewatch it, I would have a more positive experience. But in general, I did definitely like it. But I agree, it feels like a real movie, which is lovely.
Exactly.
It's good.
Do you think that some of your high expectations comes from the fact that Timothy was doing the most leading up to this?
Honestly, not even really. I kind of tuned that out. I was like, it's Timothy,
it's Timothy yapping,
doing
whatever.
his thing. Yeah, fuck, being with Drewski or whatever. Like, who cares?
It's Timothy being with Drewski. Something no man should ever drown out.
Yeah, I was more into just like the marketing and like the trailers and what I'd heard, and like some of my friends had seen it, and most of my friends had seen it, and they really loved it. And I think I would say though, if I actually real quick I pull up my rankings just to rank this amongst the Best Picture nominees. Because I'll be honest, I was expecting this to be my favorite. I think this might be in the bottom half of Best Picture nominees for me.
Interesting. So you don't want it to win? Do you think it'll win Best Picture?
I don't.
Okay.
But it wouldn't be crazy. But I think, honestly, because again, no other choice should have gone at all. But I would say Sentimental Value, then One Battle After Another.
Okay.
Then The Secret Agent. I'd probably say Sinners over Marty Supreme, honestly. They're pretty similar in quality to me.
I think I had a better time with Sinners. In terms of, I feel like Marty Supreme, it's just in my head, would be up for winning it more than Sinners, though. I don't know.
No, I think it's, well, I don't know. I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
Then Marty Supreme, then Hamnet, Frankenstein, Train Dreams, F1.
Is F1 not the last for you?
What the fuck else was actually nominated? Was Bugonia nominated for Best Picture? Ooh, I did like Bugonia.
Begonia, new number 1.
Bugonia was pretty good. No, okay, yeah, I'd slide Bugonia maybe
Begonia above Marty?
No, not above Marty, but
Okay.
above Hamnet before
All right,
behind
fair.
Marty. But yeah, anyway, it was good. Slightly disappointed, but it was good.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was disappointed, but I don't think it lived up to the massive amounts of hype it's gotten. Because also a lot of my friends have seen it, they're like, oh, it's fantastic. And I thought it was great.
Yeah.
It's just like, for me, it's a solid 4-star movie.
Yeah, I think
But
that's fair.
it's nothing that I'm like, I think One Battle After Another I enjoyed more. And Sinners as well.
Yeah, but also I have to say, this year, there isn't like a banging Best Picture.
There's not a standout movie.
A lot of them are really solid 4 stars. I think One Battle,
Yep.
Sinners, this, solid 4 stars. But like, even Sentimental Value, I didn't think was like an unbelievable movie. There's no like, no other choice would be that for me. But yeah. So I don't know.
So no other choice is getting snubbed.
It absolutely
Did it get
is.
nominated for anything?
No, it didn't even get fucking international, which is ridiculous. Crazy.
What's going on? I haven't seen it. I need to watch it because you're singing its praises.
It is very good. Anyways.
And before we just move on, the Marty Cheeks. What do we think? Did we like the scene?
They were about what I was expecting.
Me too. And I wasn't expecting much.
No.
Yeah.
Bro got no ass. But bro got no...
Bro got that backslash.
Yeah. The Marty backslash. He does, but that's what you'd expect.
Yeah.
Maybe there was even more cheekage than you'd expect from a man as skinny as Chalamet.
I can back that. And
The cheeks or the
I can
point?
get behind the cheeks. But, yeah. Yes. And there was a hint of Chalamet pubage as well. I don't know if
That's
you,
true.
I, don't
I
know if
thought
you
for a
caught
second
that.
we were going to get Chalamet dick. And I was
Me
like,
too. I
holy
was
fuck.
about to stand up and applaud, but alas, no Chalamet peener, just Chalamet cheeks.
Yeah.
But I'll take what I can get, I guess.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, for sure. He's
Wonka
a method
too.
actor.
Yeah. We move on. Speaking of penis and cheeks, actually, but not even at all. We'll get into the angriest I've ever been on the pod.
But wait a minute, there was no dong.
We're talking Wuthering Heights.
Goodness me, Wuthering. Yeah.
What are they thinking with making this movie?
Ooh.
Right on the spot. Come on.
They hit some wuthering lows on this one.
That was really good, actually. Wuthering Heights. Speaking of cheeks in a metaphorical sense.
Straight buns.
Straight buns.
God.
With no buns in a literal
With no
sense.
buns. And again, we're
What's
not complete. We're not complete horn dogs.
No.
But
we're going to see Wuthering Heights.
We're going to see Wuthering Heights on my birthday.
Oh my god. Yeah, we saw Wuthering Heights at 10:30 a.m. on your birthday.
That might be the saddest birthday fact that's ever been. We watched, and we were 2 of 3 people in the movie.
Yeah,
they were in the cinema. And the only other, again, not to dox anyone, but the fact just is that the only other person in there was a woman who had a bottle of alcohol with her.
Because we were sitting there, and there's a single woman, which again, I go to the movies alone all the time, it's all good. Wuthering Heights at 10:30 a.m. on a Thursday.
With alcohol involved?
I was like, do you hear like a bottle clanking? I was like, does she have a bottle of wine? So I hope you're okay, woman. Clearly going through the most tough
Clearly
times.
going through genuine, like, generational shit, if that's what you're doing.
Clearly the breakup is not being handled well.
Yeah. Clearly it's also her birthday.
God. And also it was right around Valentine's Day.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so we hope you're doing well, woman, but that was a bad look, I have to say.
That's not
the
most dignifying
I
thing.
wouldn't be caught dead doing that, to be honest.
I'd be doing it with my bro on his birthday.
Yeah, but because we were like, oh, it's your birthday and we have our cinema going tradition. We were like, that'd be fun to do. And I thought Wuthering Heights would be a peak Woody movie.
So did I.
And to be fair, there were Woody moments that were fun.
Again, terrible movie, we had a lot of fun with
We
it.
had some fun, yeah. But fuck me, man.
Dude, genuine garbage.
What a...
And again, no cheeks.
Well, okay, should we start there with the lack of sex?
Lack of sex.
Because we've talked ad nauseum about the fucking...
about
cheeks.
fucking...
About Jacob Elordi's possible penis reveal. But I feel like we've been building this up, and maybe it's our fault, for maybe I like got the wrong message, but I'm sure, both from the marketing, and I've seen things about the movie where it's like, this is gonna be like 50 Shades-esque.
The new 50 Shades.
Can I be clear?
Yeah.
I'm not going to the cinema to watch a fucking porno. I'm not like disappointed. I'm like, okay,
Makes one of us.
I'm not like, it wasn't horny enough, whatever. But
Yeah.
if it's a, I saw some Letterboxd review that said like, sex slop without the sex. Like, it's like, if you're doing a 50 Shades
Yeah.
movie and you don't do any of like the kinky stuff, it's just boring. And like, and then, of course, if the rest of the movie was brilliant, then that would be another thing. But if you make the most boring fuck-ass movie and then there's no...
And then there's no sex, and then there's no characters to root for. It's like...
There's nothing to... Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey, we saw the third one, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
But it was really hot. No, actually, that movie also had barely any fucking.
They had more fucking than this one.
Certainly. There was one.
Astoundingly
There
so.
was basically 2 fucking scenes. And again, I'm not trying to be. I'm sorry, this is
very crass.
Yeah, sorry, this is terrible. But it's just like. Yeah.
There's 2 fucking scenes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel slightly misled just in like.
I feel cheated and disappointed.
Stabbed in the back.
And glue-balled.
I don't know. It was just because the rest of the movie was so boring.
Yes.
You were thinking like, at least it'll be kind of funny, me and my boy sitting there and being like, oh, look,
Yeah.
it's Jacob Elordi's taint or whatever. But no.
But no Jacob.
But nay.
Was there Jacob Elordi butt?
I don't think so. I think...
What are we even going to the cinema for?
Genuinely, I think there was no nudity.
I don't think there was any nudity either.
Because when, spoilers, the woman gets banged in the horse stall or whatever, you don't even see anything.
No, you just see some like weird...
And by the way, can I just say, because
Yes.
I'm aware of, the...
The female body. We know that ain't the case.
I do a podcast. There were no fucking scenes. But like,
I saw no clitoris.
you can do sensual and like erotic and
Yes.
whatnot. And it wasn't that either.
It wasn't that, no, because there can be like, the kind of like the slow burn.
Yes, yeah.
I thought there was like,
we
it was
don't-
barely room temp.
We don't need explicit necessarily, but like even, erotic.
Give me some dry humping.
Like, it was just so. Anyway, let's move on from the sex thing. But that was disappointing, obviously, given how much we had to say about it. But
If you could.
but the rest of the movie, and I think this highlights what made that so sort of like boring and disappointing, because you thought at least there'd be something interesting. The rest of the movie is so fucking boring.
Yeah, so
and
boring.
So I did get a lengthy message from Lele, who's read the
Who is the director?
who's read the book, which gave me some insight into.
Yeah.
Apparently, in the book, the characters are also like unlikable.
Okay.
Like they do shitty things and whatnot. But I would imagine they have a lot more depth. There's more. Well, obviously, because otherwise, why the fuck would it be like a classic book? There must be more depth and subtext
Exactly.
to it.
I think-
because this is just shitty people being shitty.
It's shitty people being shitty with no real payoff for anyone or either of them or the audience.
No.
And I think I talked to one of my friends as well, and I said the thing of being disappointed in the movie in general, and also the fact that it wasn't as much of a like a 50 Shades coded thing as I thought it was marketed out to be. And then he said, "Oh, really? It's Wuthering..." Like, because he hadn't really heard anything about the movie, but he's heard and maybe read the book, and he's like, "Oh, really? It's Wuthering Heights. Why would that be the case? Like, why would that be like a 50 Shades coded thing?"
Yeah.
So complete mislead, maybe.
Well, but that's their fault for being like, no, they marketed it
No, for
like
sure.
that. Yeah, no, I think, I don't know. I just think I hated, like the characters were shitty and also the acting was terrible.
So bad.
Like embarrassing for Margot Robbie, embarrassing for Jacob Elordi. I think
the
he's
J-
honestly worse.
The Jacob Elordi brood face
Fuck outta here,
throughout
bro.
the entire movie. Just such a weird performance. It doesn't work.
Yeah. No, he has the same face the entire time, and it's a fucking stupid face. He's like doing like he's doing the fucking the 2021 throwback to like the blue steel city wasn't made for you type
He's
beat.
expecting an edit to be made.
Yeah, no, and I don't know. And again, I'm sure, I'm sure if you found this to be, erotic and sensual and beautiful, Jacob Elordi doing all that, that's fine. But I don't even think, and I've spoken to
Yeah.
women who've seen the movie, and they also did not find Like you need something more than it's just bottom of the barrel like the Housemaid type like TikTok book slop type of
that's really what it felt like. It felt like some Wattpad fanfic that was just put to.
It should not be that. It's Wuthering Heights with Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. This should be like a relatively, if not prestige movie, like. Not the house. I think the Housemaid is better because also the Housemaid knows what the fuck it is at least, which is stupid and whatever. I was much more entertained watching the Housemaid than Wuthering Heights.
My God, putting that out there. What's been the general the public reception of Wuthering Heights? Are people as mad at it as we are, or?
I think it's very mixed. I think it's gotten. I mean, I think the top Letterboxd review the last time I checked was like. This made me want to jump from a Wuthering Height. So, I mean, I think there's some distaste there. Then there's some people who. I probably find it very erotic or like the acting or like the setting.
Very erotic.
I think if you, not to criticize people for liking things, you can like things, but like, I feel like you should ask for more if this is like satisfying to you.
Yeah.
If just by sheer nature of like Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi kissing and like licking each other and it's set in like the 1800s. Like, I don't know, I'm sure you could find, again, like a million Wattpad type stories about that.
It's one of those where, like, on paper, that's going to be, like, that's smutty stuff that people enjoy. But in execution.
Yeah, and plus, just, like, the story, like, it was... I had no connection to the characters or the story. It felt a little bit, again, like, not... I'm not comparing it to Marty Supreme, but, like, it felt like you were just in the same thing for, like... Yeah. That's why I compared it to Joker 2. That's why I felt about Joker 2, was, like... It just felt like...
Someone tooting?
Fucking moaning in the background, the fuck? It felt like it was just like, you're in the same spot and doing the same shit over and over again, and I don't give a shit about these people.
I don't know, it was... And then, also at the end, like, the one, I will say, was his name Edgar? Justice for Edgar, man. Because even, like, Edgar. The one, like, I think, redeeming character in this... Then also, like, there's just no payoff. And, like, at the end, as we've also said that...
Spoiler alert, by the way.
Oh, yeah, sorry, spoiler. You'd think that maybe there'd be an arc of people being shitty and then turning into something,
Yeah. Or at least having some kind of...
Changing something. At the end, just fully shitty. And even Edgar, the goat, who, like, shows, despite all the shit he's been put through, shows a bit of, still humanity towards the brood man that is Elordi. Still just gets shit on. I hate it. I hated both the main characters.
Well, yeah, you can have a story with bad characters, and you don't have to have, like, a happy ending or whatever, but there was no, like, it didn't make, usually, if that's the case, you replace the, like, happiness of a happy ending with, like, something that makes you think or something that makes you feel any other, and I just felt nothing but like this is stupid. that's the only emotion I was feeling. Disdain.
This is stupid, and I've seen no Elordi taint. What's going on?
Well, also, I mean, can I also just say when they tried weekly to do like some kind of kinky thing with the dog bit, shit was so forced. It was like, oh, by the way, here's the crazy sex thing we promised you.
Also, it felt so like out of left field. I didn't like it.
No, it was. Yeah. Like, there were two things I liked. I liked the opening bit.
The literal opening,
where I thought that was clever, where you think it's some sex noises and it's a guy being hung, and it was like mixing sex and death and all that. Exactly. I thought that could be interesting. And then, what was the other thing I liked?
The dollhouse bit.
The dollhouse, yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, the dad was fucking terrible.
Dude, the dad was...
ridiculous acting.
Terrible. Absolutely awful.
Like, come on, bro. Like, you cannot be acting like this in a big movie. I'm sorry. Shape up, little bro. Like,
you can say that. You can say that to everyone. I feel.
No, yeah, and which makes me, because I've seen Margot Robbie be good in other stuff, and Jacob Elordi, I guess, and other stuff. Like, comes down to Emerald Fennell or Fennell. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce. Apparently, I've been pronouncing it wrong. I saw someone else say it differently. But anyway, Emerald, the director. Yeah, make some
non-slop here.
Yeah, get with it.
Get real with it.
So anyway, I'm going to say Wuthering Heights 1 star, personally.
1 star? I think I gave it 1.5, but...
Fair enough.
I think that maybe was influenced a little bit by my Woody experience, because...
I mean, we had some fun.
Despite everything, we did have a good time.
We did have a good time.
There were certain Elordi scenes that we made a lot of fun of.
Yeah.
There was,
or he thought he was going to have an edit made out of him. It was not happening.
Exactly.
Bro had no aura.
There was that one scene where he rode away on the horse that we laughed at for unknown reasons.
We made some jokes about him having sex with a horse.
Yeah, it was beneath us, but so was that movie. So.
Yeah, it was.
It made us do terrible things.
Who are we kidding? It was great. But yeah, that is the news and the reviews. Ooh. Now it's time for complete the rhyme here.
The Tom Cnews. That was pretty
Ooh,
good.
That was nice. How have we never done that before?
That was great. Let's make that out, actually.
Let's make a theme song.
News and reviews. Here comes it just works.
That's fucking beautiful. Well, the Tom Cnews this week, I thought we could talk about, unless, some fucking crazy shit has happened in like the past 24 hours, which is always possible.
Is that, you never know. Dude's like a loose cannon.
I don't think so. Can we talk real quick about the Tom Cruise Brad Pitt AI video? I assume you've seen this. Them fighting.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Which
very
shook
strange.
the internet and the industry and etc.
Yeah.
And I guess we can talk, first of all, just about the video, because, motherfucker. I hope we got that Cnews bit on tape. We're back. I hope there was video for that Cnews bit, because that was really good.
That's okay. That's only an audio. Fuck.
Yeah, it won't be
then
nearly
it didn't
as
happen.
Cool. The Cruise video of him and Pitt fighting. First of all, I'm thinking of doing some kind of video or writing something about this whole like AI thing, because and we don't have to, we're at the tail end of the pod here. We don't have to get into like a deep philosophical discussion about it.
Okay.
But it's
but I think AI is fantastic.
It's obviously, I don't know. Well, let's talk about the video first of all.
Yes.
It's Cruise and Pitt fighting.
Yeah, on a rooftop somewhere.
On a rooftop.
Yeah.
And it does, not that this, is a surprising take. It does look like
it just
pretty flawless at this point.
It looks it looks pretty great, which is.
And they do. There's also a cut where they talk a little bit. I don't know if you've seen that, where he killed Jeffrey Epstein or something along those lines.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think
it's weird, because you see something like that, you're like, you get mixed emotions, because one, it's fun seeing these two things
as on a nuttiness pod level.
Yeah,
like it's
kind of funny,
amusing on a surface level.
Yeah, but it is kind of a little.
Well, yeah,
scary.
That's the thing. I think it's completely inevitable that AI is going to play a huge role in film, and I don't know. I think I've had conversations with people, and I think the immediate instinct is to be like, "Fuck off! That's terrible AI and filmmaking." There are conversations, I guess, that are interesting to have about like accessibility to filmmaking, where like with the film industry being so hard to get into, and like high budget film, like the fact that you could make, if you had a short film you were making and you needed like an effect shot, or you wanted like an overhead shot or something, and of course you don't have the money to do that, but then you can do it with like AI. There's something to like the democratization of film or something. Okay. I'm not saying that, but like there's a discussion to be had. But I think what sort of clicked for me, and I guess this is obvious, but I was talking to a friend of mine, a Brazilian friend, who was talking about how they shot The Secret Agent in like her hometown.
Okay.
This Brazilian movie that's set in the 70s. And she was talking about like how it was so cool that like they had all the old cars, and they had, everyone was dressed like in the 70s style and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's what like film is. It's like, it is the process.
It's the process that then also obviously people see the finished product, but
but it's like, it's the creation of it.
Everything
and like
that's put into
it. People, like there is something really cool about that. Like that is art, and it's because film is art and business or whatever. And so business wise, of course, it expedites the process. You don't have to have extras, and you have to, it's a whole process. Not to I worked on a film set, but like having worked on a film set, like I see it takes fucking forever to do very simple shit, and like, but there's something to it. I don't know, like that is the art.
That's the craft.
Like
that
at a certain point,
you've got a lot of people involved. It's a conjoined effort, It's.
And I think on a devil's advocate thing, you could talk about like CGI and this kind of stuff of like, isn't it already? Because I'm sure people, maybe in, I don't know, the fucking 80s or whatever, when CGI was becoming more of a thing.
They're kind of like, oh, now you're cheating.
You're like cheating. You're not doing practical effects, and now that's so.
It's one of those, like, not to get very just philosophical, but like the times are just changing. So people are. It's one of those things that's realistically going to be a bit inevitable. I think, and also like just not even in film, but like. Even at like uni last year and stuff like that, we had a huge AI like integration course just like, because like this is, no matter what, this is gonna like be happening. So you might as well try and like get with it and make it work to your advantage rather than try and go against it and be bitter about it, Because I think there are definitely things to be bitter about and like very negative things about it. But I think that it is something that has to be just kind of, obviously not just this Cruise Pitt thing, but like in general, that if it's integrated and kind of like accepted as part of something that is happening earlier on, I think it'll have less of a negative impact and less of a, not an uprising, but I think there'll be less outrage towards it if it's tried to be implemented in the proper way, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, I've used ChatGPT to like organize stuff on like to make like a list of something.
Yeah.
But because I graduated like right before it became more of a thing.
More
I've never used
mainstream,
it for like an assignment or whatever. And when I talk to people who are still in college, pretty much everyone is like, oh yeah, of course I use it for like all of my work. Like I don't know what to do without it. And I don't know, there is something of like the productivity, efficiency to like just normal human shit. Like I remember when they were doing all these ads with Bella Ramsey for like, and now Gmail will write your emails for you, some shit, something where it's like, oh, I didn't read, like she's in a business meeting in this commercial and
she's like, I can't read.
and like the woman's like, so you read my email, right? And she's like, ruh-roh, and she's like, thank God my phone summarized the email. And I'm like, well, you're just kind of a fucking asshole then if you didn't bother to read what and like, Gmail has a thing now where it will write emails for you. And I'm like, I guess that's like efficient. You say like, write me an email that whatever. But at the same time, it's like, then do you not lose? Like, at what point does it cross over from like, you're just not a person anymore? You're not talking to anyone.
Well, I think because there's a lot of people using, like a lot of companies as well who are using AI for email summarization and stuff like that. I'm like, I find that to be kind of insane.
Well, yeah.
That becomes like lazy to a point of very strange.
Well, yeah, just, I hate to be like the Instagram real fucking comment thing of like, our brains are shrinking or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I like also, and in terms of film, like that's also the thing of like film, art versus business, where like if you're looking at it like an assembly line product, of course it makes it more efficient, it costs less money, whatever. But then it's like, and I know a lot, almost most of film is business and it's an industry. But it's also like, at what point is it then like, what's the fucking point of making a movie then?
But then it does take away a lot of jobs as well for a lot of people. Like it makes a lot of people.
Well, that's a whole other topic of why it's bad. And I don't know, man. Yeah, it's a whole. I would want to like organize my thought because I have a lot of thoughts on this. I'd love to do a deep dive conversation at some point.
Well,
but,
absolutely.
It is like, I don't know. It's inevitable. Like it's it's gonna happen. And there's just something to like, what does it replace? And is that at what point does it become like you're not even really making a film anymore? Like is our entertainment just gonna be, because like IG Reels has a lot of AI slop, and it's like, is that just what movies are gonna be?
Is that gonna be like in 20 years? Is that just gonna be write a prompt? You got a movie?
And this, because again, all these fucking videos of like, there's videos of Wolverine fighting Superman and all this shit, and it looks very real. The funny thing is also that like it's all, at the moment, like the writing is complete dog shit in these, which I find funny that like, I think also if you watch like AI stuff and you go like, this is like not just like, oh, this looks impressive, but like you're actually like, this is peak. Like I've seen a bunch of Avengers Doomsday fake AI trailers where it's like Robert Downey Jr. is Doom and he's talking to Mr. Fantastic, and it's all like a 10-year-old wrote the dialogue. It's like, you didn't think I would come back.
You did not think that Iron Man would return, did you?
He's like, yeah, I'm right behind you, am I? Or whatever. Just some shit like, it's all cringe and bad, but it looks impressive. And, eventually someone who can write something can use it. And that'll be scary, but who fucking knows? We'll talk about it some other time more. Yeah. Cruz and Pitt fighting about Epstein or whatever.
This was all the Tom Cnews.
yeah, it got real depressing. But anyway, Tom Cnews.
But so was the Tom Cnews them fighting? Or did
just that video. I just wanted to acknowledge that video.
No, it was a weirdly nutty thing, but that then delved into a deeper issue.
We move on to the announcements and such, where we're going to look at some comments, some stuff. First of all, I do want to say for the Date Movies pod, I want to say I was talking about like movies in the cinema and stuff, because I do want to say as far as like an at-home date movie, Before Sunrise.
Fantastic.
Super peak. Also, Dirty Dancing is another peak at-home date movie. I just want to drop that in there. Because I did realize I was like, Before Sunrise is like literally the best possible date movie.
I still have not seen Before Sunrise.
It is very good. Also, Declan sent a video, I believe on Instagram, of a Bill Murray interview where he's looking rather wrinkly, and he just wrote, I get what you mean now, bro's ancient. So I thought that was a little bit funny.
Okay.
We move on to some comments. Archer Green, our most famous listener.
Yes.
YouTube's own. He said,
YouTube's own.
Love the studio upgrade. Honestly think you guys have potential to make it large.
God, and coming from the largest?
Shout out Archer. Thank you for that. Archer. That's very cool. Appreciate it. Royce the Prodigy says, we 100% need music discussions on the pod. Now
I don't know about that.
There's some replies here. A&H says, would be dope. Daniel at the movies says, we need BHL talking about that K-Dot bar.
See, this is what's gonna happen.
Daniel says
it's gonna be all Travis Sco and K-Dot.
Daniel said Kanye was in his top 5 Spotify Wrapped in a previous pod, and I was like, damn, BHL got taste. So
BHL got taste. What's going on?
I would like to say, first of all, we've had this discussion many times of this was a kind of a beef that brewed between us, where I suggested as I was starting the BHL 2 channel, I just said offhand, said I might rank the Kanye albums. And I've never been shot down harder. You like put your hand on my shoulder, you're like, don't do that.
I don't know. It's also just that I just did not expect it. I think of all the things I'd ever expect you to say, that was as in the bottom 5%.
I hate to let you know, but
the video is coming out tomorrow.
But I'm ranking the Kanye albums now. And also, as a bonus treat for you and for JC...
I will sing it all.
Yeah, I'll do every lyric. JC Cinematic says, I'm also a Kendrick stan. I'll also rank the Kendrick albums.
Right now.
This will take 5 seconds. I'm just going to...
I'm just
gonna rattle them off.
What is this like? I feel like there's a gotcha moment, but I have to sit through this.
Yeah. I won't give any justifications.
I can't believe... You gotta give the most diabolical ranking.
I will also say, by the way, Kanye West, not a good person and all that. Like, it should be clear, this is about the art, not the artist.
Sure. I will say it. This is also why I said don't do that. You said I'm gonna rank the Kanye albums at the peak of his controversy.
I did not say that. Kanye, yeah.
All right, well, fine. Hit me with it.
Troubled individual, bad person, probably. Anyway.
Here we go with the...
From worst to best. Donda 2.
Can't believe what I'm witnessing.
Vultures 2. Vultures 1. Jesus is King. Watch the Throne with Jay-Z collab album. 808s and Heartbreak. Yeezus, Yay. Kids See Ghosts. The College Dropout. Life of Pablo. MBDTF. Which I'm sure you don't know what that is.
I don't think I've heard of any of these apart from Life of Pablo.
Graduation, Donda, Late Registration.
So Late Registration takes the crown.
Would be number 1 personally.
And is that it? Again, I don't know these things. Is that a hot take?
That is a hot take, yes. It's quite controversial.
Okay.
Especially having Donda up there. Very, very sketchy.
God, I dare not think about what Donda entails.
And the Kendrick ranking.
Oh, God. Yes.
Which is only 4 albums, to be fair, that I've listened to.
Okay.
I would go GNX, Damn, Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, Mr. Morale, and The Big Steppers. Now,
I genuinely feel like you just cast a spell. Some crazy things were said. And now, is that a controversial take?
It is indeed as well, yes. Because
God.
To Pimp a Butterfly is seen as one of the greatest albums of all time, but I personally think Mr. Morale is better in my estimation just because it connected with me more emotionally. Anyway, obviously we're not going to do more music discussions because someone on this podcast is not a fan.
I love it.
And also not educated in the musical ways.
I dare say I think I've got pretty good music taste.
The Longest John's number 1 listener.
The Longest Johns are fantastic. Listen, just because one has a number 1 listener for The Longest Johns, which I will stand by, fantastic music. I can enjoy the odd. We have similar tastes in a lot of ways, I think. Jim Croce.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm just not big on the rap scene yet.
No, fair enough. And also, for the record, I mean, I've been listening to a lot of, honestly, the Kanye and Kendrick thing has kind of become a bit of a meme, like, because it's like the white guy who starts listening to Kendrick Lamar.
Well,
like,
that's why I enjoy
I listen
it.
to a lot of a variety of music, but
I dare say you've got a pretty good music taste in general.
I appreciate that, but I will say, like, it's a little bit like getting into movies where it's like. I know, I feel like when you're getting into movies, then you watch like the Tarantino movies and the Scorsese movies, you sort of like complete filmographies, whatever. And I feel like I started with the Kanye and the Kendrick, as all white boys do. And now I've moved on to, I don't know, fucking Radiohead. I don't know. But anyway.
Radiohead.
Cal W says, glad to see that BHL is becoming a Bills fan. Welcome to a lifetime of disappointment.
Oh.
Which was, depressing.
That's not nice at all.
I also think ZJ said something about... the Buffalo Bills sucking. And I think he also said something about the Hagrid Epstein list. Because I just written here, # release the Hagrid files was in a comment somewhere.
Hagrid written 7,000 times in the Epstein files.
Also, people were a big fan of the time-traveling Jackson theory in the the Quentin and the
as am I.
theory episode.
I think it's very just valid.
I have to say, by the way, also not to again get like into deep stuff, the Epstein files. But I will say,
Hot take, not a great thing that's happening.
no, not a fan. And this is not a call out to whoever left that comment because we made the joke in the thing. We've all made the odd Epstein list joke or whatever.
Yes.
I have to say, after like the stuff has come out and like my algorithm was, you end up going down like the rabbit hole or whatever. Fucking, like, yeah, just
Not
dark
good
shit.
stuff.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
again, hot take, dark stuff, but like really like, yeah, pretty. I don't know, man. Yeah, this is, yeah. Bad, scary, terrible, like almost like incomprehensibly
Yeah.
bad stuff happening. Anyway, we move on our comedy podcast. Shelf Enthusiast, perhaps my favorite episode since your return. Outstanding work from the most female energy pod. Would love to see more film theory episodes.
Very female energy.
People did enjoy the theory episode. I think we could maybe hit another one of those. at some
We
point.
got some more
Of
lined
course, there's an infinite number of stupid fucking theories.
up. We can bring up way more Jackson travel theories.
Josie says, when you guys were discussing Russell Crowe's weight, which of course I'm sure we were.
Yeah, unsurprising.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a repeat of episode 181 where you guys did the exact same thing, calling him fat, but then taking it back and calling him hot. Which again, definitely sounds like something we did. Genuinely one of my favorite pod moments of all time. Great pod as usual. Can't wait for more Woodies. Thank you.
Me neither.
Thank you, Josie.
Me neither.
Daniel says, another really great, enjoyable episode. Keep up the Woody Allen-esque work. Please do not put that on us. An absolute banger once again. These pods just keep getting better and better. And I love the angle that the pod is going at. Feels a lot more professional, but still super goofy and unhinged.
Yes.
The best of both worlds. But we still need Tom Cnews every single week, even if it's just facts.
Yeah, he's very adamant, and I agree. The Tom Cruise is there to stay.
Of course. I can't wait for next week's episode, and we need a life-size Tom Cruise action figure. No reason, of course.
Woody Allen-esque work and a life-size Cruise.
Kind of criminal comment here. I think there was also another comment where he said something about, what was it? Actually, very you-coded. The fact that BHL is starting to watch the NFL and listens to rap music now, ... Enough said. Not sure the implication there.
Well,
Daniel,
I believe there is enough said. And now that you've gotten the ranking, what are we thinking?
Connor says, shutting down the Woody's restaurant was by far the worst thing Woody Allen ever did, for real, for real.
So true. It dwarfs anything else.
God, yeah, that's a...
For real.
Do you think Woody was involved in the restaurant shutdown? Do you think he sent a cease and desist?
I dare say he was the only thing that kept it going.
Yeah, I used to say. It did seem unauthorized.
Yeah, for sure. The fact that it's still not been filled out.
That's crazy. Yeah. People were also happy to see the Ben and Fred watches back. We got some positive feedback on that. Thank you guys. There's another one coming at some point in the near future. Already recorded. It was a good time.
It was a very good time.
Lucas says, it's actually loaded diaper. # Freddy fake fan. # wannabe Fregly.
See, first of all, that hashtag I despise. I saw this comment and I cannot wait to rebuke.
Well, I do think you have I thought the same thing when I saw it, because I think there's been a misunderstanding here from Lucas.
From that man, because I know it is loaded diaper.
The band.
The band.
Yeah.
But we were talking about the song.
The song.
Exploded diaper.
It is exploded
It is
diaper.
exploded diaper by loaded diaper.
Exploded diaper, some could say, all in your face.
God. All over the place, some could say.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry, Lucas.
I'm going to need you to take that comment and shove it.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
don't ever question my...
Don't ever comment again.
Don't ever question my exploded diaper knowledge. Thank you.
That being said, though, # wannabe Fregly is accurate.
I can rebuke that less.
Cal W says, excited for the Best Picture winners vid. I'm very excited for BHL's thoughts on Amadeus, one of the biggest surprises on the list. I had no idea a movie about opera and Mozart could be so entertaining. Well, I won't spoil it, but I will say Amadeus, definitely up there on the list.
Ooh, okay.
Very good movie.
Okay.
Daniel, he had lots of takes on how bad our takes were in this pod.
And what pod is this? Is this the...
This was the
This is the sequels? Or?
Sequels, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you want a rebuking of most of our opinions, check that out. But he ended the comment with, "Freddy is the goat, BHL mid." So
Yes.
yeah, I didn't love that. Jaden said, "Would be very interested to hear your guys' thoughts on the new Wonder Man show from following the pod since the beginning, I feel like it's a show you would actually both enjoy, especially from the delightful and nutty performance from Kingsley as Trevor Slattery and the tie into the film industry. Also, there is a cameo from a pod icon that could maybe bring back a famous and beloved pod segment. Now, I have to say, I read this comment, and I was like, oh, because I was 4 episodes in, or 3 episodes in or something, and then I watched the next episode after reading this. I was like, who pops up? And I won't spoil it, but someone pops into frame.
Someone pops into frame.
No fucking way. And
my God.
It was so funny. Like, I mean, it was funny in the show, but it was also pod-wise.
Just on a personal level. Just
So I think you would very much enjoy it.
Does this pop-up have like actual kind of like value in the show?
Like, it's a part of the episode for sure. Yeah, there's a significance to it.
Oh my God.
It's very funny. And the funny thing is, I was like, pod segment, and I will say, because immediately I thought, well, it must be Cheadle pops up, because I remember we did Cheats News, and I was like, I was waiting for Cheadle, and then when this person popped up, I was like, holy fuck.
Oh my God. So, what episode does this happen in? Did you
episode
say?
4.
Episode 4.
So I've watched 5 episodes. There's 8 in total. I have to say, so far, very much enjoying it. Really fun.
This is on Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus, right? Okay. It's, MCU related, sort of tangentially. It's a superhero thing, but not really. It's mostly like an kind of comedy thing. And Trevor Slattery's so nutty. Ben Kingsley. So we'll talk about it next time.
I really want to watch it.
It's really good.
The trailer looks just unbelievably nutty.
It's really good. It's one of the best things the MCU has done, like in the 2020s. It's
okay. And if there's a pod pop up,
there's a pod icon for sure.
Oh my God.
Is there ever?
Well, I have to watch this now.
Shelf Enthusiast says, I would say L on your Charlie and the Chocolate Factory opinion, but then again, I unironically liked that Wonka starring Timothy Chalamet. I unironically think that Wonka starring Timothy Chalamet is better than both of them. Plus, it has Key and Grant, so it's automatically Kino. Hashtag Humpa Loompa.
Hashtag Humpa Loompa.
Almost made me vomit there, clearly. That is, you know what? I guess no one can have a take on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because we like the Burton one more, but liking the Chalamet one I think that's an unacceptable opinion to have. I think you're getting banned.
Sorry about a banned. I feel like a lot of people got upset about this Charlie and the Chocolate Factory take we had.
Yeah, it is a controversial one.
I don't know why it's that controversial, you guys. Come on.
I'm sorry, the first one kind of mid. And Burton one kind of peak.
Gene kind of whatever.
He's good. No Gene 8, but yeah. But the have you seen the Chalamet one?
I've not seen the Chalamet one.
Shit, kind of goofy.
I've seen just that one scene where he's like, "Oh, from the floaty gravity, let's fly" or something, and then they all start, flying away when they taste. That seems like a whatever scene.
I mean, Key is in it. He's pretty nutty. We get Key in a fat suit at one point. It could be a BNFW, perhaps.
Okay.
But we'll see. A&H says, one pick that I know y'all agree with, the absolute banger Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, is significantly better than the somewhat forgettable 2011 original. Totally agree.
Agreed.
I think if we do, we'll do a sequel one.
It's definitely on there.
Because there are many that we could get in there.
Although I will say, not to hate on too much on the first one, because I think the first one's still fine.
First one's okay.
Yeah.
Joe C says, I agree with Freddie. Multiverse of Madness is kind of bad.
Yes!
Doctor Strange 1 is way better. And as a Raimi fan, I'm disappointed that 2 was terrible. Also, all these sequels are great, but Top Gun Maverick is absolutely up there as one of the best sequels ever. Blew me away when I first saw it. Also, John Wick 4 is by far my favorite one, but they're all great. IMO, great episode, guys. Well, thank you. Yeah. And another good one
we'll add it to the list.
The next one, Top Gun Maverick, for sure. Actually, also, speaking of Lucas, who commented earlier, you'll be happy to know, I guess you can mend the relationship here, where
oh yes, please.
He did watch.
I do feel like there's a rift that's a rip, if you will.
Yeah. He's doing like all the Raimi movies, and so he watched Multiverse of Madness, because he's not an MCU enjoyer, but he was like, well, it's Sam Raimi, I guess I'll watch it for the marathon. And he thought it was dog shit. So
yes, was that the first time he watched it?
Yeah. And he said, I haven't seen the first one,
mate.
but
that's huge.
Freddy's cooking or something. He said,
nice.
So.
Okay, well that's way better. I feel closer with him in every possible way now.
Mostly sexually.
Mostly sexually.
Movie Guy says BHL once again putting the L in BHL Doctor Strange 1. I'm getting fucked up here. I'm getting jumped in the comments.
Genuine bullying. And you're reading it so just like BHL.
BHL, kill yourself.
BHL coming in with another shitty opinion.
BHL, you're ugly.
Thanks for that comment.
Thanks for watching, guys. Once again, putting the L in BHL, Doctor Strange 1 is better than Wanda Maximoff, FD King.
FD King.
Hate everything about
Very
that.
Very nice.
Also, I do remember, I don't know if we coined Wanda Maximoff, but I feel like that's kind of our trademark.
You can't use that in a comment.
But I will be suing you, so.
I will be seeking legal action.
Yeah.
Imagine that on a comment. You can't say that, banned, and I'm going to steal all your money.
Movie guy says BHL Chad Maxing.
Okay, well that's the most.
I don't know what
offensive
that
of all.
means. Yeah, but then Average Joe responds more like Chud Maxing. So what the fuck is going on? Chud Maxing. Just trying to do a podcast over here. What's good? Average Joe says, if it weren't for Sam Raimi's unique flair, Doctor Strange 2 would have been even more of a train wreck. The story of 1 is much better, but Raimi salvaged what remnants of a story there was for 2, get him back for 3, and give him full creative control. There's an idea. Connor, I support it as a doctor. I've tied my wagon to Doctor Strange 2 now for some
That's
reason.
like the last movie I'd ever tie my wagon
Well,
to.
here, Connor Beer. As someone who has never seen Doctor Strange 1, I fully agree with the statement that Doctor Strange 2 is the better movie. Thank you, Connor Beer.
That is such a non-supportive comment that you got.
Ash Toon says, BHO Loki giving off Greg Heffley vibes.
So sorry. The fuck, man.
This was a fun podcast to do.
I got Fregley maxing. Would
That's
you rather be
true.
Greg Heffley or Fregley?
I mean, obviously Greg Heffley. Greg Heffley Moggs, come on.
Greg, play the Greg Heffley edit now.
JC Cinematic says, I'm assuming Helter Skelter, which was what Tom Cruise fucking wrote on someone's mirror or something,
Oh, yes.
is a reference to the Beatles song / Charles Manson. When the Manson murders happened, they painted the words Helter Skelter on the wall. This happened in the 60s, same time period as the film The Outsiders. So this doesn't really help the this seems threatening vibes. Oh, don't worry, it was just a reference to the Manson murders.
Don't worry, it's just reference to this horrific tragedy.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe that's the case. And I guess, again, it's part of some inside joke or something. Who's to fucking say? But interesting. Cal W says, definitely my favorite podcast from 2 straight dudes. I believe this was on the date episode where I went on a weird tangent about I'm straight, please. Please believe me. Connor Beer says, I'll make sure to come back to this video next time I go on a date. BHL and Freddie definitely no ball.
Yes.
To be fair, I do.
To be fair, I do know ball.
I have famous ball knowledge. Let me do the Kendrick ranking again. But I do like about the date pod that, because it even, gave me some ideas, but you could come back to it, like, if you're having a date, some ideas. I mean, and mostly it's like, don't show them Old Boy or whatever, but, the one
Don't show them the incest movie.
Yeah, the fucking Me Before You.
Me Before You.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
The Huey 69 says, best date movie, Planet 51. Super deep cut. Yeah, we'll see you later. Have a good day, bro. Deep cut to
Very deep
a
cut.
classic pod rant about 51. My least favorite movies.
God.
Elizabeth McFadden says, girl with the dragon tattoo. I assume it's like a bad date movie. Bad idea because of a couple of scenes, and the guy was gross and twitchy, and that's a hell of a long movie to sit through in a theater with bad company. So maybe this was a date that she went on.
And then,
I mean, yeah.
That wombo combo doesn't seem good. Like a kind of uncomfortable movie and an uncomfortable dude.
Yeah. And Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I think I was talking to someone about it who watched it recently, and there is like a super explicit rape scene in it apparently. Yeah, that's again, I guess it goes back to the like movies with rape or incest or like not the vibe for date movies. Yeah. But also especially with a quote gross and twitchy guy.
Yeah.
That's a rough one.
I feel like any movie with a gross and twitchy guy.
Yeah, that's not going to be ideal. But
the twitchy as well.
Fuck the camera. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Sorry. We're setting up this camera thing where it'll
if there are blackouts, don't worry.
It'll be better next time.
Just know that's when he gets on the desk and works. And sorry, the camera cut out.
This part has been redacted. But no, sorry to hear that. That's a rough one. And finally, Shelf Enthusiast said someone needs to create a Venn diagram of good date movies and good Woody movies because there are definitely overlaps. For sure. I was thinking Rampage, Skyscraper.
Now you three me.
Amsterdam. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, in many ways,
God.
These are date movies that we've been on.
In many ways, it's the only date or the only dates I'd ever want to go on.
Very true. Cut to black.
Stop working like that.
It was actually funny because afterwards, after you had intercepted my date, I had to explain who you were. And I was like, actually...
I do, yeah, exactly. Like, I want to properly introduce myself at one point because the fact that my mother was in the vicinity as well was kind of like, oh hey,
yeah, because I was talking to you and your mom, and she like walked up and she'd kind of like looked, she was like, what's going on here?
What's happening? Yeah.
But it was funny because I was like, oh yeah, actually this is like he's my best friend, and this place is actually where like our friendship started, and we actually recently celebrated like our 10-year friendship anniversary. And I was like,
we had our Tinfinity recently.
Yeah,
and so she walked out, and I never heard from her again.
So needless to say, I will not be going on a 5th date. But yeah, no, interesting. I think maybe we will look at the Woody date movie, Venn diagram sometime.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the pod for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, we're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify where you can listen. And if you're there, we're on YouTube where you can subscribe and get some great video that only occasionally cuts out.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're on those platforms, Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please leave a 5-star rating, a nice review. Tell your friends about the pod. See if they like it. Maybe tell your family.
Yeah.
Probably don't.
I don't know about that, but...
Yeah, that's a bit too far. You can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson, my second channel, BHL2. It's great. You can follow me on Instagram, BHL_Hudson.
It's great.
Letterboxd, real BHL Hudson. And you can email the pod at bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com.
Ooh, you can find me on YouTube at FDK Space Gaming. You can find me on Instagram at Fidalgard and on Letterboxd at _what? I messed that up. Just at _. At FDK_Thwilms.
Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Dworking.
Appropriate.